Presenting On One TV. Starring Vistro, Kilua, and Nades.
Push it. Yo,
Hello everybody. Hello.
How you guys doing?
what's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Hope everybody's doing good.
Hope all is well.
Yes. What's new, guys? How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it is Tuesday.
Yeah, happy terrible Tuesday.
Happy terrible Tuesday.
Feels like Monday.
Yeah, for real.
It'd be like that.
Yep. All right. So today we're gonna be coming with 3 topics. We're gonna start off with GTA 6.
All right.
Then we're gonna go into the Diddy crisis, what's happening with him, and after that, we're gonna go into Buzz Aldrin and the speculations and the conspiracy theories of that. So, yeah,
Kicking it to me. All right. So we're gonna talk GTA 6. What we know. We could go into leaks, but I don't know if we want to do leaks. Do we want to do leaks?
do it all.
Do it all.
Do it all.
Do it all, man. Do it all.
Because there's just a lot on take. But first of all, you know that Take-Two announced GTA on October 11th, October 25 of 2011. And from there on, we've heard very little. And it feels like we've heard very little since that. I mean, there's only been one trailer. And all we have is whatever deep dive we could find in that trailer. But basically, what we do know is that we have 2 main protagonists. They're both Hispanics, and it's basically a Bonnie and Clyde type of story. So it might be considered like sort of like a ride or die love story. But it's nonetheless is very interesting. And for you that are like basically afraid of like the story changing because Don Hauser has left Take-Two, Rockstar, has left like I think 2 years back. There's no worry because basically he had other proteges as well that work with him. So it's never really like a one-man team.
Yeah.
There's usually a head group of people that write this shit. So one man doesn't make it, but will it affect? It possibly can, but there's usually, like I said, a group of people that usually keep it up and running and all that shit. Other than that, but the funny part is it's announced on October 25th, but they said they started this game, so pre-production was done like really, really hardcore on the 2014. So that's when I guess the writing and all the little details was going on, but really production really hit hard on 2014.
Okay.
So on that sense, and the good thing is we're not going to be held back by the old generation. Is basically X1 and PS5 for now, but we're not going to get PC yet. But I have a feeling it's because they also has swallowed up the RP, the 5M team, I think a year back. Sorry, I really have to. We're gonna do more deep dives when it comes to GTA when we get more information. Clearly, it's on me. But they swallow them up, and basically we're gonna get mods when it does come out. Like when it does come out on PC. Who knows? Like Xbox is able to do like little mods in it, and I'm pretty sure PlayStation could do something, but for the most part, it's gonna be. Plus, they don't want pirating as well when it comes to the PC side.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing. But clearly, when it does come PC, basically they want to sell it on the consoles first before it comes out on PC.
So are
Because
we
people will steal that.
So are we gonna be seeing like RP servers on consoles, or is it gonna be strictly on
you're not
PC? Exactly.
You're not gonna get individual servers on the console side. I could see that maybe on the Microsoft side because they'll spend the money for it, but like honestly, that'll be a PC thing. That'll be something that they'll do on their end, and they'll do exactly what they've been doing with GTA 5 and make a buttload of money. you do realize that Take-Two Rockstar is a $7.7 billion company.
Mm-hmm.
So, bro, they really don't have to release this game, so they can release it whenever the hell they want. I'm surprised that they even announced there was a 2025 release date, to be completely honest.
Well, they've been pushing this game back a few times. I feel like we've seen that it was supposed to release 2024 was a date, right?
They said that.
Speculated a few times.
Speculated it, but the thing is, they say the leakers really affected it. I don't think so. They have the time, they have the money. GTA 5 still continues to sell. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to rush this. RP's making a buttload of money.
Mm-hmm. Is RP making GTA money, or is it making?
It's making GTA money because it's still you're spending more real world money, and that's what they want. A matter of fact, I believe that'll affect a lot of how the DLC will be working. That'll affect how the game will play, because if you're treating the game like a real life game, like literally you're really gonna actually play the game like you're really in that bitch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was really gonna affect. It's sort of like you play a little bit of a Red Dead, right?
Yeah.
You had to take care of your horse. You had to eat. You had to, you have to do all the menial things.
That's part of RP. What makes it, I guess, so good that it's just like you have to do like it keeps you more interactive, which keeps you more into the game, more invested, because if you don't eat, you die.
Yeah.
If you're hurt and you got to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It gives you that sense of like, oh, this is real life, and some people could get lost in it.
So basically, that's what they're saying, and that's a lot of the leakers. They say that too. They're really gonna treat it as a real life sim type of thing.
Okay.
So, and you've dabbled in it like heavily, right? I didn't touch it because every time I try to hit you up, like you were lost in.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Gangland.
I was in that game pretty deep, honestly, for a good amount of time. It's definitely fun, but like I said, it gets like anything. I mean, anything could get repetitive.
No,
too.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
Anything can get repetitive, and I mean, like, that's something that I want to play more when I'm like already like situated and I don't have anything else to do, because then I can spend all my, like Kai. You know what I mean? Like Kai makes money off playing that game because he's streaming that game, and he's.
The T Grizzly does that too. He
Yeah, that's what I'm
plays
saying. You have speed play that game with Kai, and like
Mm-hmm.
people are watching it. That's when it's like, okay, you're not kind of just like,
Yeah,
because
it's your job to do so.
because that's the thing. Like RP, literally, for whoever doesn't know, it literally just means role playing.
Yeah,
So
role
you're
play.
literally role playing in the game. So even when you're in the game, you're not saying, oh, like this is a game. Like you consider it like when you're leaving the game, you'll say something like, oh, I'm flying out.
So
Or when you're getting on the game, like, oh, I just flew in. Like, you know what I mean? You have to keep it like it's RP, like you're role playing this character that you are in this game.
yeah,
You know
you're
what I mean?
basically living your second life in that game.
Yeah,
basically. And so they're saying that GTA is either putting all their investment on that kind of flow, because why would you buy them up? You know what I mean? All of a sudden, literally, all the people that are working on that just bought up. They own them, and they're continue to support that. So they're getting all this money, and clearly they're not rushing it at all. They're delaying this game every time. So in my mind, they're putting a lot of fucking eggs in that basket because they know it's gonna hit when it hits. I mean, GTA never really does bad either way.
Yeah, GTA is one of those games.
So in my mind, bro, it's gonna be just fine. Like story wise, gameplay, I mean, you know what to expect. You know what I mean? Deep dive, and I'm pretty sure they already added like other weapons. They're saying that I could see there's gonna be some underwater type shit because they're added like a harpoon into that bitch and EMP grenades. Those are like the two main ones that they actually mentioned. They don't mention much more, but they also mention how the inventory is gonna work as well. Like the bigger the weapons, the more space is gonna take up. So you're gonna have to walk around with like a duffel bag and shit like that. Cool. So you're gonna have to literally like have control of your inventory. So basically,
so they're gonna kind of give it a
real life type of shit. Like,
and they're also gonna kind of give it like, I mean, you kind of see that like, in a sense with Fortnite, you see that for sure, because you see the Fortnite when you have a big gun. you take up more inventory space. Like if you're holding, remember when you're holding like RPGs or like lightsabers or something like that,
Yeah.
it would take up like 2
the med
inventory slots.
cannons and stuff
Yeah, the
like
Yeah,
that.
it
cannons
takes
and all
up.
that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically it's gonna change how the game, like how you're gonna navigate your inventory. They're actually gonna make like finding all your key items that you need. Like let's say your cell phone's in a different pocket, like set. So
That's
it's a lot of, they're doing a lot of real life shit.
That's cool though.
And like easier to get around shit instead of just fucking going around a weapon wheel and fucking up and missing every time. So they're gonna do some shit like that. So it's gonna be more like snappy and quick.
Well, is it going to be snappier? So what are we talking about? We're talking about, so there's going to be more like the Fortnite kind of style where it's like you just click on it and then you get what you want, or it's going to be, because you said it's like a duffel bag.
Yeah, it's a duffel bag, but like basically it'll have like basically it'll still be considered like a weapon wheel, but it'll take up enough room. Like you said, if you got a rocket launcher, the space is gonna take more space, like you said, and you got a Glock or or Uzi, whatever, it'll be a smaller amount of space. And then if you got like I guess key items like a key card for your room or a credit card or your phone, whatever, it'll take up smaller slots.
Okay.
So they kind of like mapping it like Resident Evil.
Yeah, like
kinda?
Resident Evil, like a little like quick where you can navigate the weapon wheel well enough. But I'm pretty sure is all along the lines like I said, you played RP a lot more than I did, role play. So they're gonna try to go along the lines of finding shit like that.
Okay.
And well, we don't know yet, but it'll be great if they add the communications they did. But I doubt that.
Oh, what, the proximity check?
Yeah, proximity. But
that's the
I
thing,
doubt
like,
that on console, honestly.
But
the
that's
PC is the definite.
That's the thing. Like that really kind of kills it for a lot of games. Like a lot of games could. I feel like that's kind of the point of when you game, like having that interaction with someone else, because proximity chat is really one of those things where like it can really make a game just that much more fun. I mean, you guys remember when we used to play Fortnite and we used to play Imposters, and that thing would have proximity chat, and it'd just be so entertaining just to like go and talk to people and just have a good laugh. Because I mean, yeah, when you're in a party chat and everything like that, it's fun and all, but you miss out in the whole entire world. And especially if they're trying to build a whole entire world and everything, that's a game that I feel like it needs proximity chat. It needs to have it.
Well, yeah, definitely. And like, come on, what do you do most in the GTA but talk a lot of trash?
Yeah.
Like, come on, that's like the most funnest part about it. It's just talking trash.
But here's my thing on GTA 5, because I don't remember. Didn't it have proximity chat? Like stock?
I don't think it did.
On consoles?
No. You had to be on a party.
You had to be in a party?
Yeah.
It was never on consoles.
I don't remember being on consoles.
But it was an open world game, wasn't it? So like,
I felt like maybe when you were like, when they used to have the prison fights, maybe? Like, but you were still in a party, right?
You couldn't talk to nobody. For sure, no. You can only talk to your friends.
Oh, yeah, to your friends. Yeah,
You could not talk to nobody.
Yeah, because it was so long ago. But do you realize it's taken like 11 years to make this?
That's crazy.
11 years to make this. You're telling me they're investing all this money and they're gonna get the return.
It sounds like they're just trying to capture that immersiveness, that RP.
Yeah, they're trying to capture. That's what people want. I mean, literally, how many viewers? Like I said, it's on me, but like, how many viewers actually, when you actually watch GTA, are really watching RP? They're not watching the original game. They're watching the actual roleplay part of it, and it's always like 224K when I look at that, and that's just one social outlet. That's one streaming outlet. I'm not even talking about Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. People that stream from their Kick. Like we're talking about one area where they just literally stream that, and it's 224K on that sense, and that's like on a dead night.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So they see that. You know, they literally see that, and they're like, "Yo, we got to capture this or keep people hooked with this," and that's what they're going to do. But yeah, switching it up, there's also been like a lot of these, I guess, what would you call them? Well, like the guy named Joker, right? Like Florida's Joker, right? That guy. What would you call that guy? You would call that like a parody, like
yeah.
no, that's like, okay, whatever. But he's a parody character in GTA, basically.
Yeah, well, because the game is, for people who don't know, the game is taking place in Florida.
In Florida and Cali.
Yeah, Florida and Cali.
Yeah, it's because Vice City is really Cali.
Yeah, but I thought this game was just purely Florida.
But there's a section that resembles Florida, like a smaller section, and like it's also Cali in present day. It's not Cali in the 70s or 80s. I don't know, like me personally.
So this game isn't just like full like Miami type of thing. I thought this is what it was, like a type of like Florida all the way type of game, not just like
No, it's like Cali slash Florida. Like it has like a little section of Florida and a lot of Cali from what I understand. And they have but it's modern day. It's not.
Okay.
So they're gonna capture all the trendy stuff, all the bullshit that you've seen on social media throughout, the course of the last 10 years, I guess.
yeah.
Or 5 years, but they can capture all of that. So you had this one guy, his name is Lawrence Sullivan, and he is the Joker of Florida. They literally tried to come to their pockets, and he soon realized that he couldn't,
Yeah.
because my man cannot lawyer up. You got these guys at a $7.7 billion corporation. Lindsay Lohan tried to like literally run in their pockets, and it didn't work for her, and she's a celebrity that's well
Really?
off.
She tried to actually
Yeah, in
sit there and
GTA 5, she said that girl with the cell phone and the bikini. You remember that, right?
that's Lindsay.
She's saying that was her, right? She's really, what do you call it? She's capping, right? Or
No, that's a cap.
she's capping
That's a
hard.
cap.
So she tried coming at them like when the game first came out, like the first 3 months, right? She's saying, "Oh, you took my likeness and whatever," and you got this guy named the Joker from Florida, trying to cap, and say that you took my likeness, bro, and he's trying to get like more than 100K, and trying to say, yo, you hit me up, yo, I could be touring for you, I could be doing all this advertisement for you, yo, pay me because you took my likeness and whatever, and they never called him back. So you have the guy from literally Red Dead Redemption 2, blanking on his actual name, but he voices Arthur Morgan, the main dude in that game, which you should play because it's an amazing game. Story is great. But you had him say, bro, it's GTA, it's Rockstar, it's Take-Two. They ain't gonna look at you. They ain't gonna pay attention to you. They got all this money and they lawyered up. You ain't nothing to them.
Yeah.
And he should know he's contracted by him.
Yeah.
As soon as he said that to him, he backed off.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what are you really gonna do? Hold on, give me a second. I'm hoping not. Yeah. It's something that's like, what you're gonna go against, like these freaking giants in the industry,
There's
and
no way.
you think that they didn't make it so that they knew that you couldn't sue, like a likeness that at the end of the day, it was a guy that had a lot of tattoos on his face. When we put the actual
Side by
video
side
together and
comparison.
everything, we'll put up some videos and like some pictures so you
I mean,
guys can see what we're talking
we're
about.
there's gonna be more as we get information, clearly, because we don't have much. We have like what has been hit upon, like with the people trying to sue, whatever. But gameplay wise, we don't have much.
Yeah.
We basically all we know that they swallowed up the RP team, and basically what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Continue the cash cow. But as far as like actual know what the game actually looks like legit fully done, because leaks are a vertical slice of things that are being worked on. It happened to Wolverine. You do know that Wolverine was leaked, right, for PS5,
Yeah.
and those are all vertical slices. It doesn't represent the full game at all. So as of right now, we're talking about what we do know, and the other thing we do know is the map is like twice the size of the original Vice City. So you're gonna, of course, the game will be bigger, but there's also, like, in my mind, like I said, there's a harpoon gun. There has to be underwater shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's always been underwater shit. Even on GTA 5, you can go underwater, and like there was apparently some stuff that you could do there. But what I did
Yeah, but I
hear,
think it might be more open.
Like, didn't they have submarines? I remember there being submarines and you could swim.
Yeah, I believe they had submarines, and then I know now I saw something about like you're gonna be able to play actual sports. Like I was watching some videos where they had like basketball. They had a whole bunch of basketball courts around, so they might be taking the whole entire like I don't know if you guys ever played NBA 2K. That like you can, it's kind of,
You could shoot around, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like an open world and stuff, and then you can get into like a match of basketball and type of thing like that. So it looks like they might be doing that kind of style. So you might like you'll go into like a basketball court, and then who knows, you'll be able to queue up a match with like some people and stuff and actually play around like with basketball. Because I saw the same thing for like
so there'll be tournaments basically too. Like,
yeah, there'll probably be tournaments on that.
Crazy.
And then I saw like that there was also like they were talking about like that they wanted to put a football field. I think it's like a Miami football field over there. They want to put the actual stadium,
Really?
like the
That's
yeah,
crazy.
like the
But they have the money.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know exactly if that's going to be true or not, but I mean, it definitely is interesting if they're going to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the game for 11 years of it in the making,
11 years.
you would think that they would add a whole bunch of things because I mean, they did milk the crap out of
GTA
GTA
5.
5. They milked it to like
Bro, they
the
sold it to us like twice,
yeah.
on the PS3 and Xbox original.
Hmm.
What was it? Was it 360?
And then it was
Hmm.
Xbox One.
And then the Xbox One, the VCR version, they sold it to us. Actually, they sold it to us like 3 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They keep remastering it.
and yeah, and they keep like the graphics upgrade to it supposedly because can you really tell? But
Yeah.
but they sold it to us like 3 times, and they made their money hand over fist. And every time in the MPDs, they're always top 10 or top 5, and they're always selling like shit you not like above newer games, like it's keeping up with the Call of Duties, it's keeping up with the Marios.
Hmm.
Like they're literally making like over 23 $1 million like almost monthly, bro.
Really.
And then like RP says they make like 70 million a month.
So do they show the like did they show anything about the contract that they have with RP?
Bro,
Like in what percentage do they take of money or anything like that?
that's something that I would definitely have to look up deeper for sure.
Hmm.
But that's something they didn't really, I didn't see anything, but I'm pretty sure if they swallowed them up, it had to be fair.
Because what I do know,
Because bro, like honestly, what would you prefer if you worked on it? Really sit there and think, I worked on this on my own time, made bank. I don't own this shit, but would I rather lose, completely shut down and lose my nice little bank account that I got going on, or work with them officially and still get paid?
yeah. So what I did see though, what I did see, which is pretty crazy when I was playing RP,
Mhm.
is that apparently they have people on a payroll for each server. So people own servers. Like you
Mhm.
can go out there and you could buy your server on 5M and you can do whatever you want. And
That's
then there's
crazy.
people like there's head moderators and there's moderators under them, and apparently they all get some type of salary
That's crazy.
on this. So
So
this game could be bringing like over 100K per server, and there's people
Nuts.
on that actually have about like 3 or 4 servers. Like the server that I was on,
crazy.
which was Empire RP. You can go figure that that pretty much on that you would go and you would spend money and you would get things considered like slots, right? And these slots were like secure slots that, because you can get gloved. Gloved was a thing where it's like you got robbed for a gun that you bought. And these guns that you would buy, you would literally buy for like spins. So they would still be in that whole entire spin cycle where it's like you see a gun, you buy the tokens or whatever, and these tokens, these credits would be outlandish prices, right? Like you can go all the way up to like $1,200. And then like to get a one-on-one car, right? Like there's this thing called a one-on-one car where you could bring any car you want from real life or whatever custom made into that server. And something like that would run you about like $300 about like $300. And then now you could even go deeper to the point where it's like you could even bring a business. So if you wanted to bring your own business custom into that city, it would cost you about like $600
Wild.
to bring in a city. So that game was making so much money that you could afford to have a payroll. Imagine for that lobby, I think you can have, I forget exactly how many people it was, but it had to be like at least 150, 200 to 250 people in that server. Mind you, they have 3
crazy.
servers. Excuse me. And that was just that server.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was other servers that had like 1,000 people in it.
That's crazy.
So you could imagine that how much money these servers are making, and then you could rent a server. So these people were making money.
So it in my mind, like I said, I don't have proof of this, but if they swallowed up RP, right? The reason they're not releasing the PC version is they're trying to fucking make it fucking way bigger than it ever was.
Yeah.
Way bigger than it was, because like, bro, you just said they're making all that cash.
These are just the individual
And
servers
that's like
too.
that's their individual servers. Imagine if they have complete control of it, because that's what it's really going to be about. They're going to control the shit out of it.
Yeah, for
Everybody's gonna make money, but they're gonna make more.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, versus shutting them all down,
Mm-hmm.
you know they'd rather work with them.
Oh yeah.
So, and whoever started it, the complete thing probably made a killing, and
Yeah,
still
for
works
sure.
with them,
Oh, yeah,
and
for
still
sure.
works with them.
For sure.
So 100%, like, why not? And it's cool that Take-Two, Rockstar, basically, literally went along with it because they saw the profit in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And not only that, bro, how many times have you seen GTA? Like, even on sales, you see them for like $11.
Yeah.
It still sells,
Yeah.
and it's still up there in MPDs. So, bro, they just don't care. It makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the gist of that. Oh, and there's another guy. I'm gonna butcher the shit out of his name. I'm sorry, guy. But anyway, you're like Ariane Krustra, something like that. I can't even say that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly, he was a hacker that leaked all their shit, and he's basically supposedly hospitalized. You saw
I
that,
heard
right?
about that for life.
You know how to say his name?
I do not know. How
I
to
can't say it
his
for
name.
shit, so
I
I
heard
heard
forgive me.
that
about
it was
this.
the leaker.
But this leaker literally got life, and bro, isn't he like 17, 18?
Yeah, he's young.
And he's basically severe autistic.
Wow.
Severe autistic.
What's up?
So imagine being that young and you're already like sentenced for life
For hacking
for hacking a game, bro. But like that's ridiculous, bro. I can't even when I read that I was like, what the hell? That's crazy.
That's sad that they do
But
that.
but it's sad that you have to like do that. Like
and they act like they're losing money. If anything, they're getting more hype around their
yeah,
game at the
like
end of
you're
the day.
literally like, bro, that
You're not losing money.
shit
bro.
like that helped you. Like
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna justify the wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there, but bro, life.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally severely autistic, and life, bro. Like, what are you getting? You're getting like, if anything, that helped you.
Mm-hmm.
That helped you because the hype is real for this thing. I mean, like everybody's waiting on this shit.
Yeah.
Every streamer right there, right now, is gonna make a killing.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make a killing off of even this podcast as we speak now, bro. Us talking about it, bro. Bank, bank, free money. So yo, Take-Two, send us some shit. Fucking send us.
They're not gonna send anything. These people, you gotta remember, these people are greedy.
Yeah,
and
no, they're greedy as shit.
They just because I mean, if you're sitting there and you're gonna hospitalize someone for life,
Yo,
you're just
that's
greedy.
crazy.
Bro.
You're just greedy.
You have no heart.
So in my mind, so who's worse, Disney or them?
They're both bad.
They're
You know,
bad.
Disney's pretty bad. Disney will cancel you in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And how about Nintendo too? You
Oh, yeah,
have
Nintendo's pretty bad. Yo.
Gabe Mills, thank you for the subscription. We appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
Yeah,
buddy.
thank you so much. I mean, stay tuned with us because they will be like more detail on GTA as soon as we get it. This is the deepest dive that we have at the moment, but it's gonna get deeper, I'm sure. And as soon as we get another trailer, as soon as we know more about gameplay, as soon as we know about how the online works, anything PC, you'll hear here on All One TV.
Yeah.
But 100%. Again, I mean, that'll be the gist of it, and we're gonna move on to the next topic. Thank you, Bistro, for helping me out.
Of course, that was good, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. And that's your take on that's everybody's take on GTA. That's what we know. I mean, that's what we got for you guys. Again, a lot more whenever we see it.
When we get it, yeah, because they're holding on to that shit tight.
Yep. Now we'll go over to this is the Diddler.
The Diddler, yeah, he's striking right now. He's everywhere.
Yep, the Diddler is striking. So let us know what we got here.
So basically, this whole thing with P.Diddy has been going on since last year, right? So it was around November when him and Cassie, they broke out, and Cassie started suing him for allegations of sexual assault, drug abuse, and just physical abuse. Literally the next day to this whole thing, literally the next day, P. Diddy settles the whole suit like this.
Right.
Who settles a suit that fast
Yeah, that's crazy.
and quietly? Because what does that tell you? That just tells you you're hiding something, or is there something? There's more to it.
Yeah.
And then literally, like, it just became a domino effect after that. So basically, she sued him for sexual acts with many men, and for rape as well in 2018. P. Diddy just kept throughout this entire thing that he just kept denying it, like all the claims were false, nonstop. That's where he was, right? And then In November 23rd, two more women came out about it. At first, one woman didn't want to be known. She kept her whole thing private. The other woman, her name was Joy Dickerson Neal. Okay, thank you. She claimed, where am I?
What's up?
What's up, Rage?
What's
How
up?
you doing,
What's
buddy?
up? She claimed she was drugged and assaulted while she was a student of Syracuse University in 91. She was pressured into a date with Diddy, and then he slipped something into her drink, and then took her to an apartment where he took advantage of her. She claims Diddy had filmed it and widely passed it around. That sounds like that's the same thing like Bill Cosby
Can I
was
see your phone
doing.
real quick? I'm sorry. I just wanna see
You don't remember with Bill Cosby?
Yeah,
He was
good.
slipping things in the
Yeah,
drink.
he was slippy. But Cosby had a specific taste. He was
As
fucking
in?
everything.
Well, so was
Everything
P.
and
Diddy.
anything.
Remember P. Diddy had the parties as well.
Yeah, I know, but my man was fucking everything and
Yeah.
anything.
That is not Sub-Zero on the table. That is
Super Shredder.
That's Super Shredder, by the way. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So she claims he had filled it and widely passed it around. She was told by Devontae Swing from the R&B group Jodeci that they all have seen it. They were able to file this under the. She was able to file this under the Adult Survivors Act in New York, which allows them a 1-year window to file any charges against them even within the statute of limitations. So if anybody doesn't know what the statute of limitations
Turn
are,
the mic down a little bit so you can see you better.
the statute of limitations in any state is all different. So it's a certain amount of time where you can file any kind of lawsuit or somebody could get
crime.
or against any crime towards anybody in a certain period. So, for example, New Jersey, for example, can have a 5-year statute of limitations. So if it goes past 5 years,
You can't do anything.
you can't
about
get
it.
arrested for
Even
it.
a murder type of thing.
Even a murder is done.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. That's
So-
insane.
So it's like you better either like be smart about it or you better act on it right away.
Yeah.
And then later in that same month, the other woman, her name was Lisa Gardner, she came out saying that Diddy and an R&B singer named Aaron Hall, I'm not sure who Aaron Hall is, I don't know if you guys know who that is, he assaulted her in Hall's apartment in the early 1990s.
Okay.
And then literally within the same 2 weeks, at P. Diddy's publishing company, the media company Revolt, has him step down due to all these sexual...
And what year is this?
This is this is 2016, actually.
Okay.
These are all things that happened in 2016. In 2023, P. Diddy has another sexual assault allegation on him by way of a 17-year-old saying him and a few other men raped her. She was given drugs to make her unable to consent, and the men took advantage and raped her. P. Diddy released an apology the same day, denying all claims, and saying he will fight for his name, family, and the truth. He's pretty fast on his responses just to prove that he's innocent, even though he's really not.
Yeah. Well, you got to make sure when you're a criminal and you're fucked up, you try to get it out there that you're not, right? You got to try to
it's crazy.
pretend you're not guilty.
And I don't know what's up with these like older dudes. Like at the time, like when P. Diddy and Cassie were a thing, she was 19.
Yeah.
So this was like 2005.
And how old was he?
He would have been mid-30s.
Okay.
Well,
Remember, like him and Biggie were in their 20s.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So this is 2005. He would have been mid-30s. Right now, he's in his 50s.
Okay.
So these are old ass men we talking about here.
Yeah, but
like,
the
these young girls.
30 to 19 isn't like
It's not crazy.
It's outlandish.
It's bad though.
It's not great, but I mean, it's better than 30 to 17.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He did that. Though.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're not saying he didn't do that. We're not
it
saying he
doesn't make
didn't
it
do
any
that
better.
because it seems like he has. Go ahead.
But all of them keep doing it. Look at R. Kelly. He took advantage of her, right, and raped her. P. Diddy released an apology the next day. So basically, his apology for rape was, for the last couple of weeks, I had sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy.
This is the statement from.
This is the statement he wrote on IG.
Yeah.
And this statement right now, if you look at it, it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. This is from December 6, 2023. So I kind of like mixed up the dates in me. So December is when everything really started crashing now because he pushed everything under the rug.
Okay.
And then now just.
And is there something that made that spiral?
When people started coming out about it.
Okay.
So like everything started coming out. I think everything really started being pushed right after the whole R. Kelly things. Now it's starting. Everybody's coming out more than you had Bill Cosby. So it's like now it's like people are getting more vocal. And then so he said sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and the truth. So going on top of that, so now in February 26th, this is this year, 2024. The music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones files claims of sexual assault towards him and forced him to have sex with prostitutes. Diddy denied all acts. This $30 billion suit by Rodney Lil Rod Jones was slammed by TMZ and turned out to be lies for Jones.
Okay.
Jones was looking for a quick payday. It was stated, but they had indisputable proof that all his claims were lies. So this is the only thing that it could have turned the tables for Diddy at this time.
Yeah.
Because right now everybody's coming out. The videos are not out. Nothing's out right now. So all of it's speculation. There's no proof.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can say like the tide is kind of turning, even though he's already lost revolt.
Mm-hmm.
The tide's turning. So now on March 25th, this is now P. Diddy gets raided.
Mm-hmm.
So P. Diddy is raided for sexual trafficking allegations at his homes in LA and Miami. Both his sons were handcuffed during the search. P. Diddy believed it's because of the civil lawsuit he was raided. So the civil lawsuit by the women and by Cassie. He's believing that's the reason.
Okay.
So then he comes out, and the baby moms of the two sons also comes out talking about, oh, they didn't like the excessive use of military force on his family, how they raided the home, how they destroyed his image, what's going on with him. And they didn't like that. And then literally on April 4th, Christian Combs is accused of sexual assault on a yacht set up by Diddy. The lawsuit states P. Diddy paid to cover it up and created the circumstances for the incident.
And how old is his son?
I believe Christian Combs is the 26-year-old son. Because he has two. He has one that's 32, I believe. And the other one's 26. So these are grown-ass fucking men.
They're following
the dad's footsteps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's allowing it. He's letting you.
Well,
he's allowing it, and then he's enabling it too. So I mean, you know, what do you really expect?
Is it okay to say, well, you know, scumbag teaching scumbag shit?
Yeah,
of
course.
And it's like it's got to be something big too, because it's Homeland Security. It's not just Homeland Security coming into his house.
Yeah,
looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and mind you, at this time, the speculation of all the Diddy parties, and then the we talked about with the TikToker that was exposing him for the sex trafficking through Uber. Mm-hmm. You remember, like, he was getting the girls intoxicating at the parties, giving them the rides home through Uber, but they were never actually making it home.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So it's just nonstop. So now he's putting that environment on around his kids. So like, what do you think they're gonna do?
Yeah, you know, they're all covering up for each other, and you know that comes to the that comes to the house and everything. You know that gets let out there, and like what's happening.
So then May 24th, right? So during this April, see now there's a big this gap between April to May. Nothing came out because now we're talking about in between, literally a week after that. What was the world going through? The whole Kendrick shit. The whole world was going through Kendrick Lamar and Drake for a month.
Yeah, this is very true.
Nothing came out. Not one thing came out. And then literally this month, P. Diddy denies the claims again from this. And then he denies all the claims, but then the video of the beating of Cassie came out at the hotel.
This was how long ago now?
This was like a few days ago, I think, or this was at least last week.
Yeah.
Of this whole video. I don't know. This
is an old video.
This is an old video from years ago when they were still around. So I don't know if anybody's seen it. It was in a hotel room. It was in the hallway of a hotel. You see him chasing outside of her with a robe or with a towel, and then he beats her in the hallway. I have the video if you want to put it up.
Yeah, you could.
But and then on top of this video is speculated because this hotel doesn't exist anymore. P. Diddy paid $50,000 to get this video, so it would not come out at all.
Wow.
Right, so then now it's just like if he owned the video.
So who leaked the video?
Who leaked the video? So we're gonna show you the video right now, so you guys can see. So we're gonna look at it through the way of CNN. So right now you can see like P. Diddy right there with the towel, and then you have Cassie right there. We're just gonna mute
ourselves real quick so we don't get a double audio.
New surveillance footage obtained exclusively by CNN appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The video, captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs assaulting his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed by Ventura in November last year and settled the next day referenced actions that seem to match those seen in this video. There is no audio. According to the complaint, Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye, which, according to the lawsuit, prompted Ventura to try and leave the hotel room. The surveillance video obtained by CNN begins as she enters the hallway. The complaint says as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. The complaint goes on to say he grabbed her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her. In the surveillance video, Combs can be seen grabbing Ventura and throwing her to the ground. As Ventura lies on the ground, Combs then kicks her twice and attempts to drag her on the floor back to the hotel room. Ventura is seen picking up a hotel phone. Combs seems to walk back to the hotel room, then returns and appears to shove her in a corner. Moments later, he can be seen throwing an object in her direction. According to Ventura's now settled lawsuit, the pair began dating several years after they met in 2005. They parted ways in 2019. Combs' attorney said the decision to settle was in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Ventura declined to comment on the video, but her attorney told CNN the gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Miss Ventura has shown in coming forward to bring this to light. The video.
How is it like nobody heard this happen?
Yeah,
if he's throwing shit and he's beating the shit out of her, how does nobody hear this?
Yeah, and this is what, 2016?
This is 2016.
Yeah, that was swept under the rug very nicely to the point where it's like, okay, so what is that about? Can you just something like that? Yeah, that was swept under the rug very nice because that never, ever, ever came up 2016. You didn't hear a peep about that at all. And supposedly it was that he actually took and he paid the hotel, right?
Yeah, he paid to get that video. He paid $50K to get that video. So he owned it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he knew this evidence existed. So that's probably why he settled this quick. And this is not the first time that we've heard Diddy being intoxicated and starting fights. There was the whole thing with Drake. The whole incident where Drake, I don't know if everybody remembers the song 0 to 100, that song that blew up at that time.
Okay.
The reason why he got into it with Drake was because Drake took the beat, apparently, that P.Diddy wanted but never used and didn't own. Made it on that song. The song took off, broke records, and then P.Diddy didn't like that. So he's like, oh, you stole from me. You took with something that I own. And what happened? He comes in outside. I wrote it down here. It was outside a club. I think it was like LIV, I think it was called. Let's not drop that.
Guys, could get any bigger. Holy shit.
No, for real. Outside the Live Club, words were exchanged and then hands were thrown. Right, and at first people thought it was because he was hitting on Cassie. Because you know how Drake is. Drake be going out there. Everybody.
Yeah.
He don't care.
So,
and this is what year again?
This was around this was the year 0 to 100 came out, so that had to be like
2016, a little
around 2014, 2015.
Yeah, a little earlier than.
Yeah, it was around that time.
Yeah.
Then there was also, I don't know if anybody remembers the whole incident with J. Cole. You guys remember the incident with J. Cole?
I did hear about it, but I don't know.
So basically, at one of the shows, I don't remember what show it was. Diddy's intoxicated and throws liquid on top of Kendrick Lamar, right? And basically, because he does that, J. Cole intervenes and they get into a fist fight. Meanwhile, Drake is playing live on stage, which is hilarious. That
really?
All three of them are like intertwined. So basically,
so it's because he threw a liquid on him.
Yeah,
I thought it was because he was gonna do something to his drink.
Yeah, so it's like Diddy was visibly intoxicated. He tried to confront Kendrick over the King of New York claim in his control. That was another thing. I don't know if you guys remember that freestyle that Kendrick Lamar was like, "Oh, I'm better than all of you. I'm gonna take all of you out of hip hop." He started naming off Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
He was name dropping people like, "Oh, I'm better than you, better than you, better than you. I'm gonna take all of you. I'm gonna take over hip hop. You guys are nothing to me." Basically and essentially.
Yeah.
The only one that wasn't named on this was Drake. Drake had a problem with that. He's like, "Why wasn't I named on it?" And then that's essentially where the whole
Beef started
the
between
beef
Kendrick
really
and
started
Drake.
right there. There was tension right there. Like, oh, why didn't you name drop me? And he's like, oh, like, you know, I don't think you view as a rapper, basically, and all that good stuff. Diddy attempted to pour a drink on Kendrick, and Cole intervened. The two started arguing, and Cole allegedly put his hands on Diddy, which then led to problems between their respective crews. After a beef scruffle, crews separated. Right, and it's hilarious that all of this is happening, and it's like in the midst of his allegations of assault.
Yeah.
And nobody's saying anything. Nobody remembers these things, and all the proof is right there. But you know, Diddy holds that sense of power, and it just goes away. So
he's been in the industry so long,
exactly,
so that people hold him to that to that standard of power, because he's been out since Tupac and Biggie era, which is one of the biggest rap eras. That's really the beginning of rap. You know what I mean? Besides NWA. But he was still around pretty much at that time of NWA coming up as well, right?
I think NWA was probably a little earlier.
A little earlier, but it wasn't that much earlier either.
Maybe.
Excuse me, is the chat not working here?
I don't think it's working here because it is working over here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Yeah, but and then there's a whole speculation with that whole thing too, with P. Diddy, with the whole Biggie Smalls. I think we talked about it on one of our episodes with that Biggie was gonna leave his contract of Bad Boy, so he had to release one more album. And right before it was getting mixed and mastered, but a week before it released, he died. So he never actually completed his contract, so he was still signed to Bad Boy. So since he died, Diddy owns all his stuff.
Yeah, that's so wrong.
And that's why you got Hove that has a lot of his samples, because Hove and Diddy are boys. And I mean, there's been a lot of speculation saying that there's going to be a lot of things coming out on Hove very soon too.
Right, and you see Jay-Z
has been very quiet.
He's
been very quiet.
Very quiet.
And
yeah, you don't hear from him.
And they're boys, and they're besties. So why hasn't anything came out of his mouth defending his boy?
There's speculation like too, of like, oh, like a lot of the things that when certain things were coming out at different times that with Diddy was working with, the people, his partners, basically, he had like 3 different partners. I forget their names, but whenever something was coming around, one of those partners died. They just magically just disappeared. They either got sick and they started dying off, and nothing ever happened to Diddy.
Yeah,
and nobody questioned it.
Yeah,
and it's like this feeling of like when you're around Diddy, somebody dies, or like,
I mean, who was
it just doesn't go away.
Who was it that just recently called him a fed?
Kanye.
There was a whole video.
But that was an old episode. That was him on Drink Champs.
Yeah, it seemed old. Yeah.
Drink Champs. I don't know if anybody knows. It's with like Nori and another DJ, and they bring different artists on, and they talk and they take shots when they don't know how to answer things. Kanye goes on there and he starts ranting about how he left Adidas and the whole thing with Kim Kardashian, and he talks about how P. Diddy, the reason why he's able to do what he does is because he took a deal with them, and then he has to come at Kanye to get over on it. And he's like, that's why he called him a fed, because he's like, oh, you're talking about me, so you can slide your shit under the rug. Because that was during the time where Kanye was looked at as he was crazy. You know, remember that period? Like he was like, oh, like there's something wrong with him. But it was heightened. They did the same thing to Dave Chappelle, and then they did it big to Kanye.
Yeah.
And remember, around that time too, Kanye's mother died. So it was like he was going through a whole bunch of shit.
This is around that time? This is very old then.
This is that, and then
do you have a timestamp on that, exactly when that is?
I could look it up real quick.
Yeah, because I mean, that's got to be very old. If this is around the time that Kanye's mother died, this is what, 2000.
That had to be like 2017.
2017.
Because they were like, oh, like that episode was deleted.
Oh, okay.
Right
so
after
they scrubbed that whole episode.
Right after he said that, the episode's gone. But that snippet is still out. But the episode is gone. And then we do also have P. Diddy's apology video because he's hilarious. So literally after that video came out, you know, if you're gonna anybody out there, right? If you're going through something and you're on the line with going through a crime, and you're going to defend yourself and deny all allegations, why would you come out with an apology video admitting your guilt?
Yeah.
Right? Like, why would you do that? Like, what kind of idiot does that?
Yeah, everybody knows she's denied and denied.
You know what I'm saying? Like the statute of limitations, I believe, is gone on that video.
That's why they can't do anything.
That's why they can't do nothing. But he can be sued civilly. He can't be sued as a criminal, but he can be sued civilly. But that does not mean something else is not gonna come out.
Yeah, that can occur.
Because look at R. Kelly. The moment he got RICO'd and then they went after him, everything flooded out, and now he's sitting pretty for 30 years.
Yeah.
Who's next? P. Diddy is next.
For sure.
100% next, and it's a pattern. It's a pattern. So let's pull up the apology video so you guys can see, and you let us know in the chat what you guys think. Is he actually sorry?
No.
Or is he only saying because he was caught? You let us know.
Pretty much.
Close this up a little bit. 1 second.
Ready?
Let me just mute us real quick.
Is
and
that
we'll let
really
you
him?
guys hear the
Is that
video.
really him though? Do you believe that's really him?
That is him. Apparently, he's staying in Miami because he has 2 different homes. He has L.A. and Miami, and he's somewhere in Miami.
How do you know it's not a deep fake?
All right, we're gonna mute us, and then we're gonna let you guys watch the video. Hold on 1 second.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was up. I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. To reflect on.
I 100% by looking at his face, this is a man that knows he's fucked.
Yeah, so this is like
100%.
Mink left a comment saying he's not sorry for what he did. He's sorry he got caught.
Yep.
100%. Look at his
true.
face. He's like, oh, I'm trying to be a better man. I praise to God.
There's like there's no truth to his words.
No. Yeah.
Not
it's
one
exactly
lawyer
what it
in
is.
his party probably told him to do this. He did this on. That's him speaking out from his own guilt. 100%.
Yeah, probably not from his
No,
own
his own
guilt. It's
guilt.
probably because there's so much coming out that he's like stuck in a corner right now. Nobody wants to work with him. Nobody wants to do anything with him. And now he's like, what should I do? Should I do a public apology? Would that redeem me for some of my wrongs? That's not going to redeem him for any of his wrongs. He's already done too many wrongs. It's all coming to light. And that's just, I feel like right now, all we're getting is a snippet of the things he's done wrong.
Yeah,
because,
we have no idea.
Because there's really just all speculation right now. There's not much that we can really that anybody could really put on him besides that Cassie video. Everything else is just speculation and, but once that all starts coming out, because it will come out to light for sure. It's just a matter of time of when it's going to come into light. It's going to be bad for him. It's going to be really bad for him. And he's done. Well, that's it. I don't think anybody's actually going to work with him anymore. That's for sure.
He's done.
I don't think he's going to be producing for anybody. It's not going to be anything that he could do at this point. So yeah, he's practically done. That's why now he's coming out with this little apology shit, trying to see who he can get back. I don't think it's gonna be like a Will Smith situation where it's like you can smack someone and then wait a few, make an apology, and that's it. Like you didn't just smack someone, okay? You literally you
beat her.
You beat people. You beat a woman, okay? You raped people. He probably pulled so many like Weinsteins, you know what I mean? You know how many people he put on, but he probably had to like have sex with. And
so this is within the industry. Imagine the things we don't know on the side that he does. You know what I mean? This is like between the music industry. Imagine all the shady shit that we don't even know about. So it's only the beginning. But I always believe myself that like the devil basically uses you until you live your usefulness, and basically Diddy's facing that at this very moment.
Oh yeah, so now it's on to the next.
It's on to the next. whoever the devil groomed, and you know, it's just the way it is. He doesn't need you. You did his duty, and that's it. You're done. You're trash. You're garbage. You always have been.
Yeah.
No, for real, because like there's also the rumors of what he did to Justin Bieber,
Yeah,
and Usher.
Yeah.
Big names at these parties, and even Jaden Smith. There's things coming out about him, but that too is also because like apparently Will Smith allowed it too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Will Smith.
Like he was forcing Jaden to do it with Diddy, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know, you gotta stay young and on top.
No, but 100%. Like even Cat Williams said it. These are all those parties were rituals for people to go, and they had to do something so they can grow their career.
So they could stay on top.
Yeah.
Because you have to. People don't realize that sacrifices are supposed to be made like yearly, in that sense, so you can stay on top. You just don't sacrifice one time. I mean, it's just the way it is.
No,
That's so you continue to stay on top, and it's been known and out there that is yearly thing or more than that actually.
Yeah.
You always have to sacrifice some money for your own gain when it comes to that industry.
Stay Scheming is also saying, you know, someone wrote that apology for him. I completely, you know, I believe that too.
Yeah, there was no truth to that.
It just
to those
felt,
words.
it just felt so. He probably went to Chat GPT and he put an apology, and he read that. That's what he read.
100%. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's just crazy though, man. Like again, I gotta shout out Mint because she definitely made the biggest point. He's not sorry about what he did. He's probably doing it right now as we speak. He's probably, you know,
Partying right now.
probably doing something disgusting right now. He's just sorry that he got caught.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Nate's had like a great point that he said about how this actually got leaked out, right? If you want to talk about that, remember you said that.
So for those of you that weren't here, this Cassie video, right, at the time of when this happened in 2016, he paid $50,000 to get this video. So in his possession right now, he owned this video.
Yeah.
So who leaked the video that P. Diddy owned that would incriminate him? Why would he leak it himself, right? Doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
There is no reason, and this hotel doesn't exist anymore.
His kids.
But his kids are involved.
Yeah, they're part of it. So why would they do that?
Why
To
would
stay
that?
big.
But he had a good point. So go ahead.
It 100%, I believe, and I know there's
All
many
right,
people
what'd
out there
you
that
say?
believe
I'm very
that
interested.
when he got raided, the people that raided
They
him
found that shit.
found those tapes because apparently they saw that there was cameras in each room, and they raided his safes. So and they took his electronics. So remember when they stopped P. Diddy at the airport, they didn't arrest him; they took his phone.
That's crazy.
So they were looking for something. So either he had that video and they knew it, or he had something on somebody at these parties.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Right, and
Because that's not a video that you would just sit there and you would just keep.
why wouldn't he burn it?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you paid $50,000, right? He paid $50,000
He paid
for that video.
$50,000 to get that video.
Why would you not just destroy that evidence? What's the point? But I mean, there is some people that get like gratification from it as well.
He probably 100% did. It probably turned him on from it.
That's crazy though. If that's I mean, but it wouldn't be too far fetched. So
Not at all.
Hip Hop Anonymous. That's
love
a
it.
hilarious
I love
name,
that
by the
fucking
way.
name. Yo.
Hip Hop Anonymous. I love the name.
Great, yo.
Could have leaked it himself for his own publicity to get his name back out there for some messed up reason. That'd be crazy. I mean, but is it far fetched?
No.
It's really not, because he's past the statute of limitations. So
Yeah, so it's not
so he
unheard of.
can't really incriminate himself in the sense of anything will happen. But you know, going to that same you know perspective, it's still hurting him in the sense of once you get something like this, it's kind of like you're lighting that match, and that match, it's going to set everything ablaze. Because once you get something like this, now you're in the limelight. Now everybody's watching everything you're doing. Why would he want that? You know what I
So
mean?
like
That's the only thing.
he may win the Cassie battle and the ones after that, but anybody recent that comes out now about sexual abuse and physical abuse, they're gonna believe it now.
Yeah. Not every allegation.
It's 100% believable now that he did all those things. And now, even though he can't get arrested for it, now in the limelight of business, they're done with you because they're not. All the evidence is there. Why bother with you?
Yeah, negative publicity is still publicity. That's some scary publicity to get. I mean, listen, I completely agree. Negative publicity, any publicity is
Yeah,
good
it's
publicity
good. Yeah.
for people. But I mean, that's something that is just like, I don't know, man. That's a scary one to try to put out there on yourself, at least. So he can show that he's sorry to get some sympathy. Maybe it could be. Maybe to distract everybody from the other allegations. Who knows? It's one of those, like, you know, you're going out there destroying yourself a little bit to try to like ease up everything else. Honestly, that's up to speculation. They didn't talk much about the sexual assault though, right? Cases, like, nothing really came out on that. It was more on the Cassie cases, right?
Yeah, that was the main. That's his biggest case. Is the Cassie case.
Yeah.
And then everything else was like smaller cases that I don't even think they can do anything to. They're probably all done as well.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I mean, once something like that comes out, and like especially right now in this time and age, something like domestic abuse, that's not one that you want to take lightly either way. I mean, you should have never taken it lightly, but I'm saying that's not something that I feel like you would want to throw on yourself to then try to ease up the rest. Because, like, he could have let out some other, like, bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something way more minor than that. Because a lot of people are not going to fuck with him now at this point. Because, like, let's be honest.
And it's not just like some kind of regular sexual assault. It's rape. And it's not just him. It's him and multiple men that are doing it. It's like gang rape and drugs on top of it.
Yeah.
Then there was minors involved.
Yeah, so Stay Scheming says, I think the video got taken when the feds raided the house and leaked it since they can't charge him. That's the one I'm leaning to as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, that definitely is the one I'm leaning to. I feel like they found the video and then they leaked it because
there's probably 100% so much stuff that they found, and during that time they were probably going through everything and they're using the whole Drake shit to quietly do it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it finished, now the air is free.
Yeah.
And might as well. Now the attention's back on Diddy again. He thought he was that. And it's funny how, like, the attention went right back to Diddy instead of switching to Jay-Z. Because, like, you can clearly see, like, Jay-Z's drugging Beyonce and doing things to Beyonce, too. We saw what she looked like at the Super Bowl. The girl she was drugged out of her fucking
Really?
mind.
I didn't see that.
When they showed her up at the box, you see Jay-Z and you look at Beyonce and she doesn't even look like she knows where she is.
Really?
She's not even talking.
They say that
crazy.
he's been always drugging her.
100%. You didn't see, like, there's speculation saying that she doesn't even want to be with him anymore.
No. Really?
And he keeps her drugged so she can't leave. And then cleans her up for her shows.
That's crazy.
And then puts her right back
So you
on.
think he maybe has something on her?
Jay-Z has shit on everybody.
Damn, that's crazy.
He has shit on everybody.
That's crazy. I mean, honestly, he's gonna be next after Diddy. I'll be honest with you.
100%.
I'll be honest. And then years later,
He's the other big fish.
And then years later, you know who's gonna be next after that?
Who?
Drake.
Yeah, you're right.
Right now, if he didn't do it, he got away with it right now. Like right now, because people are coming to his defense. Diddy, not one person came to his damn defense. But who's gonna want to come to the defense of a fucking rapist? Ashton Kutcher.
That's crazy.
Right, which is one of his best friends, and they met because he didn't want to get punked, P. Diddy, and so they became good friends. They did into business, and Mila Kunis is like, no. Get away from them.
Yeah, but this is quite recently though. This is
100%.
This has to do because of the what's his name? Hyde.
Oh, that's crazy what's happening to him.
Yeah, but that's why that's why Mila Kunis said for Ashton to stay away from Diddy because they literally just got done being friends with the guy that was literally
Danny Masterson.
Yeah, Danny Masterson that was literally accused of rape and sexual assault on women. So they literally just got out of that.
Yeah, they don't need all that.
And then to get into another case with Diddy. And then here's the crazy part. The crazy part about that is that Ashton Kutcher, isn't he one of the top people in the whole entire sex trafficking
Supposedly,
thing?
he helps women that are trafficked. So basically what he's really doing is trafficking them.
So yeah, so you can come to the speculation that, like, if you're involved with two people now that are part of that, like, you know talk goes out in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Talk goes out there. There's no way that he didn't hear before us that, you know, oh, your friend Danny Masterson is part of this, and same thing with Diddy. And now you're saying that you're going over here helping people that are being sexually trafficked. It kind of seems like that's a leeway for you to sit and get those women trafficked within Diddy
Yeah.
and
The
Master
hundreds- all
Satan
the
and
women are
everything
coming
like
in.
that.
It's
just
just
feeding them right
easier
away.
that
It's
way
easier
as
access.
a cover up. So, but they say mostly everybody except for Topher Grace, a lot of them were Scientologists.
Scientologists.
So they were all with it except for Topher Grace.
You never know how
That's
far
why
this-
he was always like, oh,
Really? That's why
he was never
out.
really cool with the whole group.
But I mean, changing subject very, very quickly because we want to stay on the Diddy topic.
Yeah, my bad.
You have Ashton that was making out and kissing on Mila Kunis.
Yeah, she was mad
when
young.
she was like 13, 14.
Yeah, something.
And he was definitely like 18 or something.
supposedly
like
she
that.
was like 16.
She was super young. Either
was-
way, the role she shouldn't have had
16,
that role no
15?
matter what.
Yeah, no, she shouldn't
That
have
role
got
wasn't
it.
for her because I believe everybody that had that role was at like legal age, right? Or like
Yeah, everybody.
older, way older.
They were way older than her.
So you know what I mean? If you take it as far as that, you kind of start to think like
Yeah, like
this relationship kind of started like a little funny too.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But look at the trend in Hollywood. They all do that.
Yeah.
R. Kelly did
Yeah,
that with
absolutely
Aaliyah. Aaliyah was 15,
yeah.
14, 15, and then he married her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's something that goes on in Hollywood and it's pushed under the rug. It's clearly pushed under the rug.
Yeah.
Because how do you know that you never know with this whole Ashton Kutcher thing? That how do you know he wasn't even feeding people to the Epstein Island shit?
That's
How do you-
true.
Of course.
How do you know?
I mean, if he was all about that. Of course, it was a cover up up front. You know what I mean?
Because don't they say the same shit about The Rock too right now? Like him with the sex trafficking?
Yes.
I didn't hear that.
Yes, The Rock has there's people come out saying that he has trafficked them, and there's actually one that came out. I don't remember her name. Sorry about that. But she literally threw him under the rug, Vince McMahon, and some other
Oh
wrestlers.
yeah, that Vince McMahon thing. That's next time. That's a good one.
Vince
That's a
McMahon?
real good one. WWE has some shit on.
Oh
it.
yeah, they got plenty of dirt.
We'll talk about
Got plenty of dirt.
we'll talk more about that next time though for sure. That's a real good one. But you want to sum up the Diddy?
Yeah, but I believe his career is done. It's done, and he is a guilty man trying to save face.
Yeah, he's trying to make amends.
Because you never know. Maybe he's even with that, he knows there's nowhere else he can go. Maybe there's something else that's coming, and he knows it's coming, and maybe he's trying to save his kids and take all the blame, put it all on him, and just get it over with.
Yeah, he goes to jail. Maybe it's way bigger than.
And you never
anybody really
know
knows.
who's telling him to do. You never know who told him to do that.
Yeah.
Because somebody higher up that could have been involved with those parties,
Yeah, they all have publicists too, right?
right?
And,
Could have told him to do that because I could be next.
Everybody has somebody telling them what to do.
Yeah, they all have those PRs and shit. They tell them, "Oh, don't do that, don't do that." You know what I mean?
The only other thing was like J. Cole. During about that whole fight thing, J. Cole talked about it on one of his songs. "Hold My Hands," I believe. He mentioned how he fought Diddy and how he had Diddy's music. It was one of his first albums. And
Who was that?
J. Cole.
Okay.
"Let Go of My Hand" is what it's called, the song on the off season. And he's like, "Oh, you would have thought my favorite rapper was Puff. He owned his first album," and then he talked about how he got into the altercation with Puffy, and it's because of that. And there's videos out there if you guys want to look. There's a video of Punch from TDE, which is Kendrick Lamar's camp, talking about it in like a barbershop setting about that whole incident. And he describes like, what was going through Kendrick Lamar's head, what happened with J. Cole. So you can tell like, even in that time, they were still rocking with each other because I believe J. Cole put Kendrick on.
Yeah.
So it's like that could be part of the reason why, like, he didn't feel no real type of way towards this whole beef, and he's the one that backed out.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Diddy he's going down with R. Kelly. He's going right down.
Yeah.
But now, even with all this being said, do you think P. Diddy's music is going to keep going?
No.
Because R. Kelly's music,
R. Kelly's music is
regardless of what he
great.
did,
Yeah,
people
but
still
R-
play R. Kelly.
Yeah, nobody really plays P. Diddy
No.
like that. Let's be
Well,
real.
that's like one
But
song.
P. Diddy is a featured artist.
Yeah,
he's a big name. So
Yeah.
he's kind of like, in a way, a household name.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you think his music will still be going on? Or you think that's it? Like, he's done?
No, I believe he's done. I don't think that he doesn't have playback value like
No.
like R. Kelly does. R. Kelly's a piece of shit as well, but he doesn't have playback value.
R.
like
Kelly
he
is
does.
technically the king of R&B.
Yeah, it's like Michael Jackson. Even with all those allegations he had around him, he's
Yeah,
still
his music is
still
still
the king of pop.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and I believe Michael Jackson was proved innocent, though, I think, too.
Yeah, I mean, I saw whole documentaries. We could do that next time too, but the whole entire Diddy thing,
He's done.
we're definitely gonna see a lot more coming out, shedding in light, and we'll definitely try to keep you guys updated. But that's gonna be our update for this episode on Diddy.
Definitely, I believe though, in a few years we're gonna see Surviving P Diddy.
Oh,
It's coming.
Oh yeah,
It's
100%.
coming
Yeah.
right on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
100%.
100%.
Surviving P Diddy.
100% that's coming. It's gonna be an HBO
So-
Max special.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be an HBO Max special for sure. It's gonna be crazy. And Mink did say that there was whole entire speculation on a whole entire thing on Nickelodeon, which
Oh,
which we
with
can get
the-
a
with
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
guy,
yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy. What's it called? Shit.
What, the guy?
No. I know it was Dan Schreier or something. Something like Snyder, something like that. But what was it? Keeping Quiet, something like that. The documentary is called.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
If,
believe
because
something like
he was like having them touch him and give him massages.
Yeah, give him
and, like,
massages, all that shit.
Like massage his feet.
He
and
would have
shit.
like all his
Those are kids.
scripts would have like
Mm-hmm.
double meaning skits and shit.
Right, and we
A
can
lot of
get
feet
into it,
stuff.
but I don't know if you know the biggest name to that. I believe the biggest one out of that was Drake Bell.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, he was the one that,
he was the one that was, I think, touched the most,
touched the most. Yeah.
which is
Alright.
crazy. It was Drake Bell.
Yeah, it's insane. So now we're gonna go into the Buzz Aldrin, the second man to touch the moon, to put foot on moon besides
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong. So there's a whole entire thing going out, surfacing about a video saying that he pretty much never went to the moon. The moon landing was all faked and everything like that. They touched down on the moon in 1969 was the moon landing, and the video that's been going around is viral. It's about like 4 different clips of him saying that he never went to the moon or anything like that. So that brought a lot of speculation, a lot of talk on. First off, we've had pretty much speculation and theories and conspiracies about the moon landing being fake for a very long time now, and that pretty much, we'll get into that. I'm just gonna show you guys a quick video of I'm gonna show you guys a quick video. Hold on, give me 1 second. Excuse me. Of actually the clip that started speculating, that started bringing this all into light, and this is pretty recent. It has over 800,000 views and everything. Let's just put this up real quick for you guys to see. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna mute the mic real quick so you guys can just take a listen.
Like you're right, but notice the helmet. Can you see my face? No. This is a secret I've been keeping for almost half a century. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong and I pulled off humanity's first extraterrestrial prank.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest. It didn't happen. It could have been scary.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going. Money is a good thing.
Let's look. It says Aldrin. Looks like.
All right, so that's the video on that. That's how this thing started, coming back up to light, and the theories came back. on the net, the moon landing being fake. Now the thing about that is these theories that they have actually started off from a guy named Bill Casing, a former U.S. Navy officer and technical writer for a rocket manufacturer involved with NASA Apollo mission. In 1976 book that he wrote after the Apollo mission was "We Never Went to the Moon, America's $30 billion swindle." Casing allegedly insider knowledge of a government conspiracy to fabricate the lunar landing. His book laid the groundwork for numerous conspiracy theories that persist to this day. As you guys know, a lot of you guys know, I don't know exactly what you guys think on it, but there's definitely been a whole lot of speculation on it. There's been speculation that it never happened and it was actually filmed in a Hollywood studio. There's actually breakdowns of the actual moon landing video that they say that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit, how gravity would work, and how there's just a whole bunch of theories on it. So it all started off from this one guy with this book, and then from there the theories on it have just went, they just spiraled. There is a video. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the moon landing video, like the actual thing. Now, to this point, I will say it's insane because NASA actually supposedly lost the original footage of the moon landing, which is insane because it's like, okay, so you're telling me that you guys lost the original footage of the moon landing, the biggest company ever, the biggest historical scientific discovery, you guys just lost it. You know what I mean? That just sounds off. Me personally, if I'm gonna be honest, it just sounds crazy that in 1969 we went to the moon, when at this time we had no technology that would be anywhere close to what we have right now. You know what I mean? They say right now that our phones actually have more technology in it, than more computing power than the Apollo rocket had in 1969. So for us to have made it up there, it sounds insane.
Iffy, yeah.
And then one other thing that for some reason just had me curious, I was like, how did we have communication up there? You know what I mean? How did we have communication past the orbit of the Earth? Because now we're talking about, we're going all the way to the moon. Okay. Yeah. And then in 1969, communication wasn't as good as it is now. You know what I mean? And even now, you could still lose reception in certain places. Yeah. So I actually looked up, what was the communication like? So it says, during the Apollo 11 mission, communication with the astronauts involved radio waves with a significant delay of almost 2 seconds, which is insane. Because we're talking about these people were in the moon and there was only a delay of 2 seconds. It sounds
iffy, bro. We can't even get full we have delay based like internet and shit. You know what I mean? Our internet still has delay based by like 2 seconds now. Yeah. And we have fast, like lightning fast internet at this point. So how's that make sense even in the past, in the 60s? It just doesn't make sense. So in my opinion, for me, it never happened.
Yeah. What do you think?
No, like 2 seconds, and if you really think about 2 seconds though, like at that time anything can happen. In 2 seconds, like what would happen to the astronaut that's on the moon? And then it's like, in reality though, where would they get the capacity for all that fuel? Yeah. To even make it up there.
So for me, and how would you come back? Like for me, like if you're up there, you're done.
Exactly.
You're done. You're like dead. You're not gonna get you back. Like, how do you know how much fuel you need? I mean, how would you literally figure that out? You know what I mean? I know there's smart people out there, but in the 60s we literally didn't
there was missions before this to send, rockets up there. Like this was just the first human trial and first rocket that went up there with humans. But before that, we had monkeys that went out to space and everything like that. So it wasn't like it wasn't tested. Yeah, supposedly. So it was tested.
It's tested, but like you said, the tech just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So so it says, with a 2-second delay, okay, from the vast distance between Earth and the moon. This technical aspect sometimes contributes to misunderstanding about the authenticity of transmission, which is true. It doesn't make sense that something like that can happen in 1969, that we would have the technology for it. But according to that speculation and the theories around it, you have Aldrin says that he definitely did go to the moon. But what he did say was there was things following him and the spacecraft out there, and that's one of the biggest things that they were trying to sweep under the rug. So we have right here. Here I have a little. While Buzz Aldrin himself has never explicitly confirmed these theories, there are intriguing anecdotes surrounding his remarks. For instance, a documentary filmmaker claimed to have spoken to Aldrin's sister, who recounted Aldrin mentioning something followed them to the moon. Additionally, Aldrin has spoke about anomalies on the moon, such as a mysterious monolith that was actually on the moon of Mars that supposedly rotates 7 times around it, and it has some type of connection to the moon. That's something that he found very curious when he was going up there. Now, he didn't come out and say anything about what he saw, just because he didn't want to be considered a UFO nut at the time, because, you know, back then it's not like now where we are so open to talking about UFOs. That's really all we talk about now in age. Back then, when you used to talk about that, you're probably like a hippie, druggie that was just a loony. You know what I mean? You were a schizo. So he didn't want to, even though he went out there to the moon, and if anything, he had more viable, more evidence to say, like, I actually saw this. It's not something that he wanted to, I guess, be known for. You know what I mean? He didn't want to be known for the guy that saw something going to the moon, because then, you know, he could still be considered a nut still, which is very interesting. But yeah, that's not really a conspiracy theory. It's more of just what he actually saw. And it does just disprove that, according to him, that everything was true, and that he actually did end up going to the moon, according to them.
According to him.
But then now, you know, if you're also like someone that gets into these conspiracies, you may have heard of the word NASA, and you hear this a lot. You really hear this a lot. This is like a big topic, that they say NASA comes from the Hebrew word to deceive. To deceive and to be fooled. But that's actually a big misconception, because there is actually a few different words. The word NASA is doesn't actually mean that in Greek. NASA, the way it's written, you know, NASA, would actually mean to lift up, to take away, and carry, which would be kind of like maybe where they got their name. But it also doesn't, you know, according to NASA, it doesn't mean any of that, because it just means it's an acronym for them. NASA, the way to deceive, was actually NASAH. So that's another one of those theories that, you know, got disproven. You hear that a lot. I mean, honestly, who knows? NASA does definitely know a lot more than what they're telling us. You know, there's been a lot of instances where you can just plainly tell that they've lied, and, you know, they hide things. Like there was this, Curtis, he had a picture. I don't know if we spoke about this before, in one of the eclipses that, you know, I'm going to try to pull it up. I'll try to get it. It was some black figure. Remember, like the Dementors? It was something like that was coming out from pretty much behind the moon itself. And this is an actual picture that he took. His friend sent that over. I don't think he took it. Yeah, his friend sent it over to NASA. They tagged him and stuff like that. And they just gave him a thumbs up. And that was it. So, you know what I mean? They definitely know a lot more than what they say.
Yeah,
and
sure.
there's a lot of speculations on flat Earth and all this. It's really a lot to get into.
Well, they say the symbol on NASA, like the little map they have, is a symbol of our actual map.
Yeah.
So they say that a lot.
Yeah.
So if you really look at it, you could always find an image and just like show people, but that's what our map actually looks like.
Yeah, and going back to the radio waves, so apparently the astronauts use VHF, very high frequency communicators built into their suits to communicate with the Lunar Execution Module, LEM. The LEM then communicated with Earth using S-band, which can pass through Earth's ionosphere without becoming distorted. However, communication with astronauts on the moon involved almost a 2-second delay. Again, this is really old technology. I mean, do you guys think that they could have had something so perfect to, go out there and communicate like that?
No.
I don't believe it.
I don't think so either.
You know what I mean? Again,
2 seconds is very small, but it's also very big. Because
Yeah.
like the margin of error is still big for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's like, in 1969, was there even like $1 billion at that time? Because nowadays, like
a billion back then had to be a trillion.
You know what I'm saying? Like Elon Musk was talking about how expensive it is for one flight. Just imagine like the. But then I think also during that time, wasn't it during like the space race too? Everybody.
You had
was
Russia,
talking about
China.
going to the moon. So like you would think everybody was working together.
Everybody was trying to.
No, everybody was trying to race. So it was who puts that flag on there first.
And to do nothing, because they do nothing with the moon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're supposed to try to go back out there, according to Elon, right? He wants to build
the base just to go to Mars, basically.
A base out there, and
the moon base,
we haven't been to the moon, and I think it's been about 73, something like that years, right?
But I think isn't there still the space station? I believe it's still up there.
It's not on the moon, is it?
No, but I'm talking about it's near the it's it floats.
It's
to
in
Earth.
orbit.
Yeah,
it's in orbit. Yeah, so Bill Casing was definitely one of the people that definitely started off those conspiracy theories. I haven't personally read the book, We Never Went to the Moon, America's $30 billion Swindle, and I really don't know why he would make such allegations.
Yeah.
Honestly, it didn't. I guess I would have to read the book to actually be able to tell you guys.
Or a rough summary.
Yeah, if anybody's read the book, you guys can definitely leave a summary down below on facts of why he would say that. And especially the fact that he was actually working with the Apollo mission. He had to know something. He had to know that maybe the tech wasn't out there at the time. On behalf of Buzz Aldrin, of course, he's never going to say he didn't.
No, of course not.
But it is strange that he still mentioned things following his craft and seeing a moon monolith. Like, it's one of those things where it's very tricky. It's like, did he or did he not?
The question is, how long did he say things were following him? Was this a recent thing or things?
This was about
how long ago?
This
if you have a video, if you don't, no big deal.
I don't have. Let me see.
But I just wonder because
I do have a video actually.
Because lately is a thing to just see sightings.
Yeah, I do have
as of late.
You never know too. Like in 1969, they probably did have it.
No,
but only the government had it. Because even in today's days, things are held back from us.
I know that, but the thing is, it matters when it's released. If it was back then or now, because it'll fit to every agenda they ever have. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason I ask. If you don't have it,
I do have.
We'll find it for our next topic.
Yeah,
or next time.
I do have a video right here actually.
I just want to know how long ago was that video.
I can put this up for you guys right now, and the video dates 14 years ago right now.
Oh, okay. So it's
quite
not for the agenda then.
So it's quite it's quite an old video. Mm-hmm. I'll play this for you guys actually right now. This actually talks about the monolith on Earth and all. Just go right here. And then we'll turn this on. I'm going to, I'm going to stop the audio on us so you guys can actually be able to hear it without any interruption.
I could die peacefully. There you go.
I didn't mute the audio yet. So.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it's funny.
Oh, man.
habitation on the moon. We can visit other people with their habitation. We can keep track. If there's something very important to be developed from the moon, I'm not sure what it is right now. And I sure think we should identify what it is for America to make such gross expenditures again for human habitation on the moon. We can help. We can join with. Together, we can explore the moon and develop the moon. We should go boldly where man has not gone before. Fly by the comets, visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars. There's a monolith there, a very unusual structure on this little potato-shaped object that goes around Mars once in 7 hours. When people find out about that, they're going to say, who put that there? Who put that there? Well, the universe put it there. If you choose, God put it there. Maybe
Even mention God, but okay.
Yeah, so that's the video on that. And again, this was 14 years ago.
This is the reason why.
Excuse me. This was 14 years ago. There is, like I said, there is videos of him also. Excuse me. There's videos of him also saying, you know, that he saw something following the ship. He really didn't specify on what it was, but he did go as far as to say that. Now, on something, a fact that many may not know, Buzz Aldrin, Buzz Aldrin actually influenced the Pixar movie Toy Story, with the character Buzz Lightyear was named in his honor, acknowledging Aldrin's significant contribution to space exploration. Now, the crazy thing about that is that before it was going to be Buzz Lightyear, it was actually going to be Lunar Larry, but they said it sounded too wacky, so they ended up giving homage to Buzz Aldrin. And then we're going to take it a little not light. We have on September 9th, 2002, Buzz Aldrin was actually the age of like 79 or something like that. He's old. He was walking outside a Beverly Hills hotel when a conspiracy theorist starts harassing him and accusing Aldrin of lying about the Apollo 11 moon landing, inciting all kinds of things to him, saying that he didn't do it and telling him to swear on the Bible that he actually went. I actually have a video clip of this, which is kind of funny.
Oh, crazy.
I'll pull this up for you guys real quick. I'm going to skip a little bit because you are just going to hear the guy just going nuts on him. So I'll just skip a little forward.
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
I'm not trying to get in the middle of anything.
Tell him to get out of here?
This is a... You really like attention, don't you?
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
He had hands, I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. He had some hands on it. But yeah, I mean, the Buzz Aldrin, you know, conspiracy.
Thinking we start cutting carbs. I need to drop my belly fat.
If you want to drop this,
same though. Yeah, the conspiracies run deep. I mean, there's a lot of people that say, you know, there wasn't a moon landing. There's a lot of people that say that do. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys leave it in a comment, are you thinking that they did go to the moon landing? And if so, why? And if you think that they didn't go to the moon landing, if so, why not? If it was real or not.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think it was
I don't
real?
think they did.
Me personally, I don't think they actually went up there. I mean, it doesn't make sense in a lot of respects. You know what I mean? But it could also be, you know, I never got to experience that and see any of it. We have chats there, right? I mean, technically, it was all live broadcasted onto, you know, radios and everything like that. Of them talking, of them being in the moon. So there was millions of people that actually saw this thing, or if it, or it could have just been the biggest lie ever. But why would this lie have to come forward? You know what I mean? What would this lie bring to light today? What was the reason for it? Those are all questions that that are pretty unanswered to this day. You know what I mean? There's no real answers on it.
Yeah,
It wouldn't make sense though, like if it didn't happen, because you know, as they say, the Bible speaks of the firmament, and like you have to break through the firmament, and it would just be what, water?
Water. Yeah, because it's below. There's water below. There's firmament, and there's more water.
So you think we've never been out to space?
I honestly don't think so. Honestly,
but I mean, don't we have satellites that are in space?
That's the thing too. So it's hard to say. You got me. You stumped me, you bastard.
But how do you know those satellites are not water? They're waterproof.
It's true.
Or are they actually up there? You never know. They could be floating.
Well, supposedly, like, there's an app that you can use to see where the satellites are and everything like that. So,
really?
Yeah.
Something to check out then.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you see a lot of that, and especially like Japanese and even Korean like media, like they use a lot of the firmament type style of the world building type shit. And we're in America, we're the only ones really, I mean, not the only ones, we talk about space a lot. So I wonder, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, space has always been spoken about. It's not something
no, for sure, it's just not an American thing. But I know like
space has been
the West usually use a lot of the firmament mostly for world
no
building.
The firmament's been around since,
but I'm pretty sure there's more. But I'm just
time.
saying from what I see a lot.
Yeah.
Hip Hop Anonymous says, what about the Mars rover?
The Mars rover that's in Mars, supposedly, yeah. I mean, again, I don't know if there's videos and everything of it. There's videos of the Mars rover out there. Elon's supposedly going to Mars.
Trying to take us to Mars.
I mean,
right?
maybe he'll find it, right?
Yeah, huh?
Maybe he'll find it.
I don't see a big drill on the top of the spaceship. So.
What do you mean?
Like if we're supposed to go to the Mars, right? And if say there is a firmament, when did you think they'd be like, how are you gonna break through it? You're just gonna hit into something, right? You need like a drill or something.
It's like, I mean, going to the deepest depths of the ocean. You know what I mean? You could break through water. Yeah. You can break through water.
Yeah, but if you do it too fast or too high, you could die.
Yeah, I guess.
You could get crushed. What if the water crushes the
pressure,
ship?
right?
All the pressure. You can't. You can't go too deep either. Too deep down because the pressure will kill you.
Yeah.
What if it's the same going up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And all they tell you is that those pieces fall down, and it's not them getting crushed.
Yeah. It's a lot of money you'd be spending just to not do anything. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean,
I don't.
They kind of did that with the first moon landing, right?
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? We might have never actually went to the moon, but we might have still went to space, but just probably not to the moon. The first time that we said we did, it might have just been one of those things as like, who's the greatest? That might have been what it could have been. It could have been implying like everybody was in a race, just like the nuke. Everybody was in a race to get to, you know, interplanetary travel. So U.S. putting a flag on that kind of grew us to be a higher power in a sense.
That's really what it was.
You know what I mean? So it could have literally just been a lot of that. Like, we just wanted to be the highest power out there. So how can you be the highest power putting a flag on a different planet? That's definitely a way that, yeah, you can have a nuke, but you never reach the moon and put a flag on it first. You know what I mean? Like, we did it first, so that means that we're better than most of you guys.
They said Mink says no Mars, and then Mink is also like they have spiders, and then Hip Hop Anonymous says I just think of Mars Attacks, the movie Mars Attacks. I don't know if you've seen it with the aliens.
Yeah, I remember that movie. That's hilarious.
Just get Danny DeVito. I believe he's in that movie with the radios. We'll be okay.
That's funny. Talking about astrology and everything like that, right? There was a picture, a weird picture.
Do you have it?
I think I do. I'll try to pull it up. There was a really weird picture that
You want to tell them how it happened?
The
I was just like sometimes I go for walks on the park, like just to think or whatever.
Because he's old.
And I'm old. I'm like,
it's a stroll.
It's
He goes,
it wasn't a Sunday stroll, so I can't say Sunday
deep
stroll.
in his thoughts.
I was deep in my thoughts. Sometimes I go for a walk, whatever. No, I think it was it might have been that day when I was going to your house, too.
Maybe.
So I took a shortcut through the park, whatever. And as I'm walking, I see that in the bench, and I send them the picture, so you should be able to see it there. And it says a whole bunch of things.
Yeah,
but
I'm
as
sorry.
soon as you can pull it up,
I got really distracted. Let me tell you.
Oh no!
No, not like that.
Oh,
let me just click this out real quick, and I will show you guys the pictures. Just go right over here. You could put it on the three of us, so then he can explain it. All right, so he saw this on a bench, and it could have just been a nut. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's very possible. It's not, you know.
You want to read some of them?
Let's see. Okay, it says tarot card summons the devil. Stop. It says astrology is demonic. Stop looking up at horoscopes. It says the new age of spirituality is a big lie. Astrology is the birth
charts.
Birth charts is the devil's plan for your life and leaves the
occult.
The occult. Okay. So they say that whatchamacallit, the way I see it is they're basically telling you you're giving too much of the astrology, all this power, all this, like all this power over your life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you're really giving it that power to the point where you're idolizing it, giving it like you follow it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Trying to say like you follow it, you're giving it too much power, and you're idolizing it to the point where you believe nothing but that. And it says in the Bible is that you're not supposed to idolize anything. And you're supposed to just believe it. Jesus Christ is the truth, the way, and the life. And, basically that's what I get off of that. It's trying to warn you in that sense, but, clearly, because why would that be put there just like willy-nilly for no reason? I mean, in my opinion, that's the way I see it. Like they're just trying to warn you in that sense.
Well, I have a speculation.
But I would love to hear both of you, definitely.
My speculation on this.
It could be a nut, though.
Is that he probably got played by a chick that was an asparagus rising, and he got upset, and he decided to put that because you got a lot of women that love that shit. Can
you explain asparagus rising to me?
Yes, I will explain asparagus rising.
I have no idea what that is.
It means absolutely dog shit. I just say that just to make fun of these people that are into astrology and shit like that.
I agree. I don't believe in the stars and the tarot card. I don't really believe in none of that shit.
Violetta's very into that.
Like, look, all respect, Violetta, you're into that. Whatever, it's cool. It's whatever you're into. I don't believe it, but I also don't believe in idolizing like stars and cards and all that other shit. I believe that God will pave the way for me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like that's what I believe. Doesn't mean you're free to believe whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I respect it completely what you believe, but let's say I'll just throw what I believe and, let God do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, Manny?
Mink says...
Just saying AIDS?
My favorite topic.
Mink says it's put there by people saying their beliefs are right and everyone else's are wrong.
No, I mean...
It's put there, yeah.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, granted, I get that. That's why I said what I said. And I said, whatever you believe, I respect
Shout out to my asparagus rising. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I never, that's I never heard that.
I did say that to her all the time. It's just so funny.
I never heard of that ever.
I will say that Violetta's aunt is she like reads the stars and stuff like that, and there's been like many things
that she's gotten
correct, which is crazy. Like the whole entire gender of the kid,
she got 100%.
She was like 100%. She's
shit.
like, there wasn't even a doubt in her mind of what it was going to be.
Yeah. Wow.
And she was completely right,
Okay.
which is crazy.
Okay.
So I mean,
See, I respect it. What can I say?
It's crazy. I mean, there's people that are connected deeper, and I mean, you know, going back to the whole entire past, like there was a lot of astrologers back then too. A lot of people looked up to the stars with the constellations. We spoke about this last time too. They would, you know, find their way, navigate with it. There's been, and even in the Bible, how many things do they say that talk pretty much in the astrology field, saying like, oh, like when the woman is giving birth or whatever, and that has to do technically with astrology, with like constellations and everything like that, of where the placement of certain stars are, you know what I mean? So it's very viable that it's actually true. You know what I mean? Again, they do talk about it in the Bible itself.
No, it's definitely mentioned. I just don't believe in like idolizing it. Like, that's a whole different deal from, you know.
Yeah.
But astrology is one thing, right? Like it has its uses. But do you guys believe the same with horoscopes, that actually like can tell you that that's what defines your day, and that defines your, it's basically saying because you're a Leo, this is who you're supposed to be.
No, some of those are so bullshit.
All that shit is like they said is nonsense.
I love doing the test on people, and I do this test almost all the time to people that like do the horoscope shit, and I always get the same response. It's so funny. I always do this shit.
So what is
so it? I always like when somebody starts talking to me about horoscopes and everything like that, I was like, you know what? I'll take and I'll read them their like horoscope. I'll be like, so this is what it says about you. Like, do you feel like this you can relate to this? And they'll be like, yeah, I completely relate to that. And then I'll tell them, I read someone else's horoscope. That's not yours. Well, so how do you feel about that? And they're like, oh, and they just kind of just stay shut. It's like, the thing about those horoscopes, well, most horoscopes, is that they make it so general that it can fit anybody. Yeah. That's the thing. They make it very general. But I mean, I did see like Violetta has like her like thing of how she does it, and like there's like rising moons, rising suns, all this kind of weird shit that like it's like in a whole entire like spectrum of like where you're gonna be, and like you can have like a rising Libra. It's so weird, and it gets so much more technical than just like the little reading of the shit. That's just like, oh, this is you today.
Doesn't it like resets every day anyway? Like how that works? It really like resets every day. So I was like, I don't know. But anyway, I never believed in that part of it anyway. So it's like whatever to me.
Yeah.
But I still find it pretty weird that they put that there. But Manny, you said what you believe, right?
No, I'm just going off of the. It's Mink says most horoscopes you read in the paper or online, it's a general thing, can be for anyone. She also says the zodiacs are wrong, though. There's 13 constellations, not 12, meaning there's actually 13 signs. I think we spoke about that on one of the pods, that there was an actual 13th one, and it was like a because I think it was like near Orion's belt or whatever, and it was like a guy holding up two different things, I believe. I think that's what it was. Mink could tell us more about it in the chat, but I don't know, like I don't look at the stars or the horoscopes as something as like that'll define who I am.
Yeah, well,
like it's more like you have to define yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it's like, does anybody actually go, when they go and do a horoscope, do they read the other 12 of them and see if they're the same? Because they could be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And you don't even know. They could just be worded differently.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many people be like, oh, you remind me of a Virgo.
They make horoscopes their personality. And they make it other people's personality.
Like it's like a ritual that people do.
Yeah. And like here's a perfect example, right? And I'll give you the best example that I can give you. Me and him have literally the same exact birthday, like year, everything. And we're two different people.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We're two different people.
Yeah, 100%.
We're like night and day.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're like Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities, but a lot of differences.
But like a lot of differences.
Yeah,
like we're not just the same people.
Different,
we're not the same people at all.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So
trust me.
But it's like, oh, because you're a Leo, you guys are basically the same.
Yeah, because we're a Leo, we get generalized into just being the same thing, which is completely not true.
I know we're awesome.
Yeah, we're awesome. Yeah, everybody hates on Leos, but I will say Leo gang. I don't even give a fuck about that shit, but Leo gang. Leos are the best. Just to make everybody mad. Because I know people hate Leos, just so you know.
No, for real.
People really hate on Leos.
They hate them summer babies. I don't know.
Yeah. But here's my thing, too. It's like, my Leo not to just like be like better than any other Leo,
Oh boy.
is way better Leo, because technically, right?
Here we go.
Technically, a Leo is a lion, right? Okay. Now, if you look at my name, my real name, not Vistro, Ariel, it means lion of God.
For real?
Yes.
I have to look that up.
It's a Hebrew like meaning of it.
Oh, dope.
So I'm just all around.
He's like all around lion.
I'm just a beast. Oh my God, he
Oh my
loves
God,
himself.
Is he a lion?
It's hilarious. Oh wait, she also commented, because there's Eastern and Western astrology. Eastern is more preferable, but Western is more popular. Ah, so they dumb it down and then they make it like very
like everything else.
Okay, I get it. Western is stupid. I understand.
He's a turkey.
What do you mean I'm a turkey? It's hilarious. Well, I got a comment over here too.
But
no,
awesome.
there's no comments here. But so if you guys don't believe in the horoscope thing, right? What's your take on tarot cards? Because apparently, like, there's a big following with that. For example, like, shout out to Angel. Like, if I remember correctly, his mom said she's able to use the cards.
Yeah.
And like, it's an actual big thing. And she talked about how people will call her like, "Oh, it's fake. Like, it's you don't like it's like you know it's all fake and you're lying." But it's an actual thing. It's a sixth sense. If I remember correctly, you said it's a sixth sense, and like you're not everybody can do it.
What makes you a legit person though? Like,
no, you just gotta find a legit person. Maybe someone that has their third eye open and it's like susceptible to all that. Because I mean, you know, there is people that are definitely like unique in that sense.
Like a spiritual, like,
they're more like bonded to the world. I don't know how, but it is definitely a real thing.
It has to be, and that's something that not everybody can do. Now, do you think those psychic people, like, you go there and they be like, "Oh, like, I can read you"?
A lot of them are bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, they basically,
they generalize.
It goes off feeling. That's
probably
what
like
it
95.
feels like.
Yeah, probably like 95% of those are like bullshit. That they hit like certain things. They'll ask you certain questions. It's very general too. A lot of these psychics or whatever, they tell you general things, unless they're telling you like a name of like a person and shit like that.
Yeah, they're not dropping the whole like name and
They're like, "Oh, something happened today," and they wait on a reaction, and then based on how you move to that question, and they move on to something else.
It was yesterday that something happened, and you're still just like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it definitely is one of those things. Minx left a comment. Will you read that for us, please?
So we got Hip Hop Anonymous. Western gets the watered down version to the horoscopes.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
And Mink is like, I most definitely believe in the cards, tarot, and oracle cards. I don't know what oracle.
I've heard of oracle cards. I have heard of them.
Is there like a big difference, you think, between the two?
I don't know. There's got to be a difference. I don't know if it's a big difference, but you know, I know I've heard of it. I don't know exactly what it is. That's it. That was what.
Yeah, those were the two.
Okay.
Mink, if you can, let us know about oracle.
Yeah,
cards.
like what's the difference?
You know the word difference, but
I didn't even know that oracle cards were a thing.
Yeah, there definitely is people that are more connected. You know, there's people that you know, could see, like mediums that can see like people, like, you know, spirits and all that kind of stuff.
Now do you think like the what they say about
there's the difference right there.
General things from psychics are like the general horoscopes.
Okay.
Yeah, general things from psychics are like the general.
I got you. That makes sense. What were we saying? I'm sorry, excuse me.
So I was like, oh, like mediums and stuff. So if like a psychic is not real, in a sense, like there's probably legit psychics. Now, do you think the mediums that can actually, that can see spirits and can hear spirits, like the Conjuring people, do you think that's actually real?
Yeah. That's got to be real. And I don't know, it's some way, somehow people are more susceptible to it. I don't know exactly how it is, but like I can tell you, like, I've never seen anything like, you know what I mean? Nothing spiritual, because we have seen like alien shit.
Yeah.
We've seen alien shit multiple times too.
Crazy shit in this
like not just one time.
Yeah.
Like we've seen it.
We have seen
probably like about like 5 times, right?
About
like 5 times.
Especially that day when we were playing that manhunt shit. Remember?
Yeah, no, I mean, you remember the one time that we were all outside. This was in 21.
Yeah, that was the day.
We were all outside. You don't remember? And like we were by the parking lot, and then we saw that beam of light come down.
Yeah, yeah,
insane.
Yeah,
we literally saw a beam of light come down like a flashlight. It was insane.
It was nuts. Yeah.
And then we had that one, and then you remember the one where Andre was there and Jaffe, we were all there, and we were in the balcony, and we saw those lights moving.
Yeah.
And then that happened a week after when we were in Quick Check.
Yeah,
and
the
we
big
saw
ass
that
EMP
it
type
looked like
thing.
an EMP. You remember
Yeah,
that?
it was like it was legit nighttime, and it was day.
Yeah,
and it was
turned
day.
and it turned away.
It was like within seconds.
And then there was like that random guy that came up to us, and he was like, "Oh, did you guys see that?" And we were like, "Yeah, it was just daytime, wasn't it? Daytime." And and then it was just nighttime. And then he even said it was the EMP, but there's no way because everything would have turned off. It was an EMP.
No, for sure.
It was everything outside, right?
Yeah, but no, nothing turned off though.
Nothing turned off, but that's what it
everything
felt
that
like.
happened was outside. The light.
Yeah, we were outside. We
were inside.
We were
We were inside.
We were inside.
We were inside, and then the light just went boom, like it was like something like a big ass bright light just turned up everything into day.
You sure? I remember being outside.
I think we were outside.
I remember being outside.
No, I remember being inside.
I think we were.
I remember
outside.
we were inside by the register.
I think
We were by the register inside by the doors, and that's how we saw everything. I'm telling you, 100%, 100%.
And then we probably ran into the guy outside.
Yeah,
That's
because we
what
were
it
not
was.
outside when we saw that shit.
Yeah.
We were not outside when we saw that shit. 100%.
How long ago was that?
It's years
long time
ago.
ago.
We were in high school still.
Yeah, you guys were
Yeah,
still.
that's at least 10 years.
We were in high school
More than
still.
10 years.
Yeah, I think you guys were like, what, sophomores?
Yeah, we had a comment there.
So Hip Hop Anonymous says, "I believe the runes."
Runes.
Okay. Yeah, runes. Mink says tarot cards have a set structure. Oracle cards are more free flowing.
Okay. It's like also you can get into the stones, like I guess like Hip Hop Anonymous said, like the runes. The runes. Is that what he's talking about? Like the runes being like the actual like stones and shit.
Stones and gems, maybe.
Like, because I know that there's certain like stones and stuff like that that give you, like we were talking about that one time, like different vibrations, like frequencies.
I know people
that
believe
are
in
healing.
crystals.
That's what I'm talking about. Crystals, I guess.
Crystals, yeah.
Crystals that heal, and then like some like could change your life forever. There's just one crystal that I think Violetta might know it. Maybe Mink might know. I'm not too sure. But there's just one crystal. I forgot exactly the name of it, but it's like a very scary crystal because, you know, some people like take that crystal and they'll wear it or something like that. But that thing could change your life like really dramatic. It could either change it for like the good or like the bad.
Really?
Yeah, like it's very dramatic too on how like it happens too. Like it can change like that. Like your whole life could change. It's really crazy. If you guys know the name of that crystal, let me know, because like that's a scary fucking crystal. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that crystal has extraterrestrial origins because it doesn't come from this planet, if I'm not mistaken. That crystal is something that actually, like, I think it comes off of like meteorites and comets and shit like that. So it's otherworldly.
So it's kryptonite.
Basically, right?
Maybe.
It's kryptonite.
It's the red kryptonite. You guys know the red kryptonite, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm not gonna say anything.
No, I'm not.
Hip Hop Anonymous says Futhark runes. Probably didn't spell it right, but it's close to that spelling. Futhark runes.
Futhark runes.
Futhark or Futhark?
Futhark.
And then Mink just said, I think that was a hematite, and a bunch of people's broke in 2020.
Really?
What is that?
What?
No, that's the type of stones, and a lot of people's broke in 2020. That's crazy. Think about that. Like, it's a certain stone that people had, and a lot of people's broke in 2020.
What do you mean?
Spontaneously?
What do you mean a lot of people's broke? What do you mean by that?
That stone, that crystal, it broke. So let's just say if me and you had that crystal,
oh, like the
it
people
broke.
that they had, they broke. Okay, I was like,
that's crazy.
Okay,
that's crazy. That's insane.
So that means it set out a frequency then in order to do that.
I guess that's weird. We're gonna look that up. That might be the next topic. Honestly, that sounds very interesting. I want to know about crystals and stuff like that because I know that those things have like a lot of properties to them that are like way beyond what we know for sure. But yeah, I think there's frequencies in it.
That's crazy.
Interesting. What's up, Jack? By the way, the little cat. It's like that. Like. Let's see. What are we going to see? You sent me
Moldavite.
It's something. I don't know the name of it. Really, I don't know. It's some crazy ass freaking crystal that I can't really even think. I think it's that stone. Maybe. You're the one that I think to show me the video on it, where it's like super crazy. I think we're gonna do just maybe like 2. We'll do 2 of the Pennsylvania lures, I think. All right? Want to just do 2 of them?
Yeah, we could do 2. Oh, before we get into that, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. We did hit our goal.
Oh, yeah.
On TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
We smashed that goal, and it's still going.
Yes, we did.
We had the goal of 1,000 followers and subscribers for TikTok, and we're currently at 1,700 plus.
Yeah, we did our thing. They hate Stay Scheming. Sorry, I haven't been on the thing, but Stay Scheming said they hate us Geminis. I've met a lot of Geminis, and I'm not gonna lie. They're kind of weird a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Geminis and
no hate.
Libras.
No hate. Libras.
That's I don't pay attention to all that shit. So
look, see, we was just talking about that now.
All right.
But yeah, we did that. We made the goal.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that without you guys.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys didn't see it, if you guys want to check out our TikTok right now, I actually haven't even changed the goal. That's how quick it changed. So we wanted 1,000, right? Right now we're at 1,702. So we're about to hit 2,000 soon on TikTok, which is awesome. Hopefully, we can get our YouTube moving. If you guys can, share our videos. Yeah, you know what I mean? Comment on our videos. It helps it keep going and moving. You know what I mean? But definitely a share, a repost to our post definitely keeps it moving. I know, the people that do watch it, you guys, I feel like you guys watch it all the way through. So we really appreciate you guys. And, if you guys enjoy it, maybe someone might too. So send it over to them. Who knows? You guys could talk in the chat and then argue about things like we do here.
Yeah, become part of the On One TV family.
Yes. Thank you, Stay Scheming. We appreciate you, brother.
Always.
So right now we're gonna try to get into some of the lore. Hold on. We're gonna get to Pennsylvania lore. We're gonna only do 2 today. Just because we're actually running probably the longest podcast we probably ran to date right now, actually. Which was actually supposed to be shorter than this, but it's cool. Thank you for lurking. I see you guys are watching us on Twitch. We appreciate the support. So we'll start off with the Cry Baby Bridge, located in Pennsylvania. So it goes. We've all heard of those urban legends about the deceased weeping and wandering. Think of La Llorona. But what if I told you that there's an urban legend somewhat similar to that here in Pennsylvania? In New Hope, Pennsylvania, less than an hour away from Norristown, sometime after 1875, a woman hung herself on a bridge's rafters after throwing her baby into the water below the bridge. The woman did this because after her family found out that she became pregnant, they wanted nothing to do with her or her baby. So after she gave birth, she headed to a nearby bridge to commit the murder-suicide. Now that the bridge is supposedly haunted by the woman and her child, and cries from the child that can still be heard to this day. And if you were to park your car in the center of the bridge, scraping noises can be heard, or scraping noises, can be heard on the roof of your car. It is said that those scraping noises are coming from the hanging woman's piercing toenails dragging along the roof of the car. She needs to cut her nails. Yeah, that's very similar to La Llorona, and that is in New Hope, Pennsylvania. So if anybody ever wants to go check that out, it's called Crybaby Bridge. Let us know if you guys ever checked it out or know about it or heard about it. That's a new one to me. Pretty interesting though. I'll let Nate take it off with the next one.
Okay, so this one is called The Green Man, aka Charlie No Face. Imagine witnessing a strange human-like figure without a face who gives off a greenish radiance that only wanders around at night. Sounds like some scary campfire story that someone made up to scare their friends with, right? Well, that's kind of the case, but it's more sad than scary. Near Pittsburgh, about 5 hours away from Norristown, in the 1950s, a man named Ray Robinson was spotted wandering around at night and supposedly had a greenish glow. Robinson had been electrocuted as a child, and it caused his whole face to become unrecognizable. Since others found his appearance frightening, they would make different versions of scary stories about Robinson. none of which were true. By the way, this was just a way to make fun of him because he seemed different. But now the urban legends people made about the man still remain. The most popular urban legend about the Green Man is that he glows green and haunts a tunnel in Hillsville. This technically isn't considered an urban legend, but it is an excellent to add to this list because it's only 6 minutes away from the High, and it's one of the oldest structures of Norristown. The Selma Mansion on W. Airy Street was built in 1974 by a man named General Andrew Porter. Due to the number of people who lived in that house over time, well-known people in particular, it seems like their energy stuck with the house, but not in a positive way. The house is also super old, so there is a high chance that many people have passed away through there throughout the years. The house is now a historical building that people are able to visit. There have been many reports from people who claim that the house was haunted. Some people claim to hear voices while visiting and even experience paranormal activities. On the Haunted Places website, a user by the name of Christina had a lot to say about her intense overnight stay at Selma. Stayed overnight at Selma a couple years ago. I was able to get 2 EVPs in the basement. One with a man groaning and the other was a man's sick voice saying, "Get out." I was asking questions and that was his answer. Creepy. Also, I was with my daughter at the top of the servant stairs shining my flashlight down to them. I turned my daughter, it was pitch dark, and I could see the dark outline of her body, so began talking with her. After a few minutes, I heard my daughter say, "Mom, who are you talking to?" The whole time she was behind me across the room. This was completely the best experience I have ever had anywhere. To know I saw a black apparition standing in front of me was amazing. We love Selma. There is no evidence that this user and everyone else who left comments about their experience is telling the truth or not, but you can definitely give Selma a try and see for yourself.
This is on the same one, or is this just the Green Man?
The Green Man turned into that.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
That's crazy. And where is this exactly?
That one was in it's in Norristown and the Selma Mansion.
It's crazy.
So would you guys get excited if you see an apparition?
I don't
Like
know.
this lady right here? She's
No.
crazy.
I don't know.
She found her best friend.
I don't want to say what race she was, but I could imagine.
Me too. Trust me, it came to mind.
Oh man, that's crazy. That is insane.
I don't know. Some people would feel that type of way. Some of the spookies out there.
Spookies.
They love that, but I don't know. I'd probably.
I won't. I'm out. I don't want to know.
I'd be Marlon Wayans in a haunted house. I'd be out.
As long as it like doesn't follow me or anything like that, I'd be like, whoa, that's insane.
But that's the thing though. Like even though it doesn't follow you, that doesn't mean you didn't just invite it into your life.
Mm-hmm.
So you could take it with you.
Absolutely.
You can go from Norristown to Newark.
Yeah.
And then now it's here with you. What you gonna do? You already welcomed it with you. You spoke to it. You called it out by its name.
Yep, it's
you
done.
Made it a friend.
It's your buddy.
Shit, I mean my friend.
And you were excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's true. When you give it that excitement factor, it's like, you know, they're like, oh, he likes me. I'm gonna go with him.
They want to become you. They hit you with that Dembala, and then now it's like
like that.
I don't know.
Like
Screw that.
A little chuckiness.
Anybody got any lighthearted stuff?
So we're alive.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I think that's gonna sum it up for today.
Mink also says, "I've been sharing to my Snap. I'll charge to my IG as well from now on."
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you, Mink.
Appreciate
You're
you,
always out
100%.
here supporting you. You're definitely one of our best supporters for sure.
Yeah, and seem to know a lot of stuff we bring up. It's
Yeah,
pretty great.
yeah.
You're great and
you're knowledgeable.
100%.
Get on the
Mad
pod.
knowledge.
Get on the pod.
Right?
Yeah, seriously. You could talk with us.
Definitely. Teach us.
Yeah.
We won't-
Imagine we just had like a room of like everybody that's talking on the thing over here. That'd be a crazy ass conversation.
It would.
It'd be insane. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for helping us reach our goal.
Yeah, thank you.
We also got a cool rug. If you guys didn't see the video, you guys go check it out. Wait, no, have I posted it?
He probably didn't post it.
I didn't post it yet.
Didn't post it
I didn't
yet.
post it yet. I took the video. I haven't posted it yet. So I definitely post it. I have that. We have some content that's got to come out.
Hold up, didn't you have a new rant?
Oh, he did have a rant. I don't know if you guys also saw, we did post a video earlier about Aiden Ross.
Oh yeah, Aiden Ross is disgusting.
Yeah, he's
Right.
nasty.
I don't know if you guys know who Aiden Ross is. He is a big influencer on Kick now.
Yeah.
He was very big at the time when Top G, Andrew Tate, was all over IG,
Mm-hmm.
and you would see them two together.
Comment.
So he went and did some nasty stuff. I'll let you guys go check it out for yourself.
Yeah, he's a nasty
Right
guy.
on. It's on TikTok, Twitter, and IG. I think IG. It's on everything. So
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
on
can check it
everything.
out.
You
Wherever
guys
you
should check
guys
it
go
out.
and check out the stuff, we're on everything. Just to show
We're
your
on
support.
one.
We're on one.
So I got something to say.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if you guys experienced it. I don't know. This may just be a thing with like where I'm located at.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys had people not walking on the fucking sidewalk and walking on the fucking road? Do you guys see that out here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. I gotta say, look, I live in West Orange, right?
Uh-huh.
And I gotta say, it's the most fucking annoying thing ever, right? It's like, you guys are not in the fucking sidewalk.
Uh-huh.
You guys are on the fucking road. And then here's the craziest part. You'll see them on the road with like a fucking baby carriage.
Oh, man.
You'll see them out there
With a dog.
with a fucking dog. And then like, they're not just like leaning on the sidewalk. They're all the way out in the fucking road. Like, they're in my lane.
They're a car.
They're in my fucking lane. You don't understand how fucking mad that gets me every time I see it. Every time I see it, I see points on the top of their fucking head. I really do. I really do. And then the only thing that's fucking stopping me from doing it is like, I don't want to go to jail. But fuck, like, I hate these fucking people. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're someone that's literally on, if you're on this chat right now, and if you're watching this video eventually, and you walk on the fucking road and not on the sidewalk where you're supposed to fucking walk, go fuck yourself. Okay, really, really. Don't even tune in if you don't want.
Even if there's snow? What if there's snow on the sidewalk and they walk?
If there's snow, there's excusable reasons to do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like, if you're walking on the road,
his face was priceless.
If you're walking on the fucking road and there's no motherfucking snow, then fuck you. Really?
Well, if you have
honestly
a baby and a dog while you're doing it, yeah, fuck you.
No, like there's people with babies out there that walk on the fucking on the road. It's like, you bitch. You bitch.
Mink says a guy on a bike was on the road coming towards cars and held up a whole lane of traffic the other day. I was pissed. And then Mink is like, you're very passionate about this.
No. It's really, because it's really like, it's really fucking upsetting. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hip Hop Anonymous. Oh, I'm sorry. Also says they do that here as well, and they were doing that in San Bernardo and Thousand Oaks.
It's the worst thing ever. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, those people are the worst kind of people. Those people should have a special place in hell for them.
Damn.
Okay. Not the babies, because it's not their fault
Nah,
that their dumbass parent is like putting them on the road. Why would you put your baby on the fucking road? Like, you see people running on the road. Like, bro, at that point, my car should be able to go on the fucking sidewalk then. I should be able to put my car in the fucking... You're not using it.
Yeah.
What's the fucking point? What's your point, bitch? Like, really?
No, I get annoyed with the people that drive the regular bicycles. Then they drive right in front of you and they look behind you. They look behind and look at you. So they know they're in the way, and then proceed to go slow. And then move over a little bit and then look at you when you pass.
Like, the bikers, I don't mind too much.
But then I get it. They don't have a bike lane.
But even though back in my fucking day, my old ass, we were riding the fucking bike on the fucking sidewalk.
Yeah,
really?
This is true.
We were really riding the bike on the sidewalk a lot of the times. We weren't really riding on the road. Now it became a whole entire thing. We have to ride on the road. I don't mind it too much, but y'all motherfuckers that are walking, go fuck yourself. Honestly.
Ming said this is the loudest you've ever talked on the pod.
It's annoying. Fuck them. I hope none of you guys
this won't be the last.
I hope none of you guys walk on the road, because then you guys are toxic. I'm toxic? No, you guys are toxic.
They must have been One Piece fans for all.
They just think that they own the fucking road. It's so fucking disgusting, these fucking people. I don't know.
But the baby thing is crazy.
No, we're babies, bro.
The
We're
baby thing is crazy.
We're babies.
The best thing is you see it, right? And they got like the one kid that's like 5, and then they got the baby in the front, and then they got the baby in the carriage. Like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, are you crazy?
They're fucking so
I don't understand that. That I've seen plenty, but they're just nuts.
They're
Now,
just
now, what if it was like a lady, right? Instead of the carrot, she has the kid with like the leash, and she just like walking in front of you.
Nah, it's just fucking crazy.
Nah, you do
bro.
see it. 100%. He's not wrong in that sense.
Nah, I thought it was just like a thing over there that I saw, but then like I
It's
saw other
everywhere.
people doing it. And I'm just like, you guys cannot be for real, bro. You guys have a whole sidewalk.
No,
You guys have your own road.
Yeah, especially in West Orange, they have a little.
You
like,
guys, they all have their own fucking road.
Yeah, a little lane, right? Yeah, like,
Yeah, they have a sidewalk,
Yeah.
which is
Well,
for
that-
walking
Yeah.
You know
on
what-
the
you know what
side.
the craziest part, you would see people do that on the 1 and 9. You would see
That's
people do
crazy.
it on on 46.
That's crazy.
And then
walking,
and
I'm
then
like,
people
yo.
feel bad for the people. Let me not even say what I was about to say because I'm about to get real. I was about to get real cruel.
No.
I was about to get real cruel with it, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. That's what really grinds my fucking gears.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck y'all. Not you guys. Fuck you guys if you guys walk on the road.
Basically, there should be a rules for the road for walkers.
No, they should be. How is it that they get like it's pedestrians right away, but like bitch, if you are like on the road, right, and something happens, that should be on you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like there's jaywalking that you're not supposed to really cross. Like if you're not on a crosswalk, then it should be the same thing for if you're like just walking on the road.
No, for real. I feel like they take advantage of that whole thing. Is like if you hit them, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they just looking for a case.
Yeah, they're looking for that easy money. I'm about to start walking on the road. I'm about to get hit by a car. I'm gonna probably die though.
That's just nuts.
Yeah, but that's my rant
That
for
was your
today.
rant,
That's
yeah.
my rant for today, honestly.
I was really curious about that.
He
rant.
broke a sweat. I don't know if you can see it. He
I always
sweat.
break a sweat on my rant of the day.
Like he's angry.
I have one next week and I have one the week after that.
So, which is the one that made you sweat the most?
Shmoney mood.
The Dragon Ball, One Piece, or
One
the
Piece.
Walking? One Piece still?
One Piece.
It's still top tier.
One Piece is still.
That makes me so happy.
One Piece is still the one. That shit. I think that shit gave me a headache. Remember, I was like, I need some pills.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He did take some pills after he left.
I think he had a vein on his head.
Yeah.
When we left out of here,
That shit
he
was-
did take 2 pills.
That shit was hurting my head bad, for real. But because he's a certified hater, aka Leo. Oh, God, that's hilarious. What did Mink say?
Mink said
He's glistening.
he's glistening. Yeah.
Look at this. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. I think we're gonna end it off on that.
appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys so much. Like we said before, you know, we appreciate you guys for watching, for following, for subscribing, for liking, for reposting, for sharing the love. We love you guys for sure.
We do love you. Thank you.
Yeah, we can't do all of this without you.
No.
Yeah.
And I know.
And you guys make it fun.
Right,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
100% fun. And this was a very long pod. 2.5 hours is a long time for a lot of people.
This is our longest pod?
I think the longest was almost 3.
Really?
Yeah, it was almost 3
Oh
hours.
shit. Okay, this is not our longest
But
pod.
this is a long time for a lot of people, and
Yeah.
thank you for giving us your time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Right,
definitely.
we appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And there is more to come. Be on the lookout for more videos and more of us.
More topics. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for
100%.
sure. But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna be out of here. We appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Always.
And stay
Stay
on one.
blessed.